Hello, everybody, and welcome to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. How is the crew doing today?
Good.
Great.
Good. Where last we left, you were in a cave. You had discovered these rods of cancellation. They seemed pretty powerful. There were a couple other magic things lying around here. I think Vaya ended up with the magic ring. Someone got a magic dagger. There was a quarterstaff, a wand, a bunch of other stuff lying around. I think we picked it all up, and I do believe someone wrote it on a character sheet somewhere, I hope. And there was some talk of how to proceed. Vincent.
Wait, are you talking about this ring? The ring that my mother gave me? I'm not sure. Anyways, we'll move on.
Oh, they all look alike. They're so hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Vincent, you've had some time to think about this. What's the plan?
Yeah. So the number was 18, right? Rods of cancellation?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've been doing some thinking. There must be a reason why they're stored here. So I think that while we're getting the containers crafted, we make like pirates, as Wiley suggested, and we bury 2 of them.
I love the idea.
Landmark.
Yeah. I think we should bury them in stone. You said that they could destroy a potion, and a potion's in glass, right? So I think they need to be in a stone.
Lad, I hate to interrupt you, but how the hell do you bury something in stone?
No, you make a little stone case for it, and then you bury that in dirt. You make a little stone.
Yeah, that's fair. We can put it in one of the containers and bury it.
There's a spot at the dead end in the cave where it looks like we could dig in that back corner.
Cool.
You want to bury it in this cave? Back in here is what I'm seeing.
That was my suggestion.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well,
I mean, what do we see in here? Is there like a little hole that we're not seeing that sneaks out, or is that really just a dead
it's
end?
just sort of a dead end that some creature must have carved out, or maybe when everything collapsed, this section just didn't collapse. Who knows? The ground there is uneven, sort of dirty, with chunks of rock scattered throughout it. There's not much in the way of footprints or refuse or anything there. It's just sort of an empty, back, awkward corner of a cave without much value attached. You could take some shovels out of the ship and dig a hole and put a rod in there and bury it back up.
Yeah, great place to put some buried treasure.
All right, I'm gonna make a little mark on the map on the GM layer.
I will make a note in my little clay book about where it is, and then that'll get erased later.
Okay, and we're putting 2 here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take
thing.
16.
That's right. And then the other thing is, I heard there was an actuator here. I spend a lot of days looking at it.
Yeah, you have spent a lot of time looking at this thing. Where are our last series of checks? Right. So you're definitely looking at what appears to be these silver cords or rods or channels that are running through this bit of wall right here. There's got to be some sort of grand design or grand mechanism in here. It's clear that the silver beams pierce into the inside, and without, deconstructing the entire thing and pulling out where these silver things are going, it might be very hard to understand the initial purpose. You're aware that silver, lead, and mithril are the three special materials when it comes to magic. Lead is sort of a blocking, deadening. Silver is sort of a channeling, and mithril is sort of like a reflecting version, just to oversimplify. So it's very possible that these silver channels and these silver poles were used to specifically direct different types of magic in different directions, or to move magic from one area to another. Some sort of complex, half magical, half mechanical thing. The angles, based on like the cross sectionality of these chords, looks pretty steep. So it looks like these silver things don't just go into the wall, but they like plunge deep into the ground here. I think you would be much more able to figure this out if you had like a schematic or a layout. So without that, how much would you be willing to excavate into the wall? How much would you be willing to disrupt this ancient, apparently failed, but who knows for realsies, structure to investigate it?
Is there a reason why I would think this was failed?
Doesn't seem to be doing anything, right?
Might be doing something.
That's true. That's true. Just because it's not making a noise doesn't mean it's not doing something.
Oh, let's see. So it looks like it goes down then.
Yeah, it's like in, but at an angle.
Okay, I think the first few days we looked at the perimeter really closely and see if there's like any hints that we can find any of the wiring leading out.
Yes. Take your little character over here. Give me one more intelligence check, Mr. Vincent.
Cool.
24 is excellent. When you look up towards the ceiling, you don't see any more of these silver cords, so it's clear that they end here. It's not like they're supposed to keep going and got cut off somewhere. This appears to be the front of it. And as you examine carefully along the edges, you do notice a couple of things that at first looked like maybe a loose brick or maybe a section of the wall that had crumbled with time, that on closer inspection actually looks like intentional insets. Similar to how when you've got these false walls, there's usually like a little point where you can like poke a stick to open the wall. This appears like there are things that were supposed to be either inserted into here or placed here, or this is an area where you might specifically cast spells or activate objects or activate effects built into the wall. What does that speak to you, if anything?
That's interesting. It sounds to me like spell goes in and gets amplified somewhere. I'll probably begin a test of very innocuous, harmless spells first to test this thing. Spells such as...
Now you've got days? What are you throwing in here?
Man, this spell is so useless. Great time to use it. Locate landmark.
Locate landmark. One of my favorite second level divination spells.
So I make the guess that this thing amplifies magic somehow. So maybe this will be able to outrange 1 mile. I locate landmark, the what was it called? The Bath of Youth?
Fountain of Youth. Let me just find my dice over here. Open up this wildly unimportant table.
Maybe it makes you cast a random spell.
Wild magic surge. Yeah.
Can you roll me a D2, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Jeff?
Strange number.
And can I get a D100? Yeah, you cast Locate Landmark into this like hole, this pit. It's not usually a spell that has a directionality to it. It's normally something that is cast and sort of flows out from you in all directions, but you can put a hand in here, or you can try and give it a direction with some somatic gestures. And something does happen. You get this, like an acrid smell begins to develop in the air, and this little crevice, this hole in the wall, begins to sort of gently glow with warm light, and then like this burning smell happens that like begins to fill your nostrils, and a small amount of like singeing, sort of like if you burn something on a frying pan, kind of begins to emanate from this area, and the silver begins to get warm to the touch.
Mm-hmm.
But after a few moments, the smell, the silver begins to cool back down again. The smells linger for a good 20-30 minutes.
What does it mean, Vincent?
I think this probably activated it. The spell didn't really have any impact. It's not generally cast on something. I suppose I know where the Fountain of Youth is.
They say the White Prince has access to it, probably
off of
in
Locate
his
Landmark.
lair. Off of Locate Landmark, no, you didn't get any answer from the spell, but you kind of, fan theory, local rumors are that the White Prince has it, wherever that is.
Did you cast Detect Magic through it?
Yeah, it seems like a good innocuous spell. I'll cast Detect Magic into one of these holes.
Okay. You lower your head near this little spot. Focus. Cast Detect Magic.
I wonder what kind of spells they tried to channel through this. Probably defensive magic is my guess.
Yeah. You cast Detect Magic into here, and everything seems pretty normal, pretty ordinary. No sign of effect. You are able to detect magic, and you'll notice once again, many of the things lying on the cutting room floor over here are magical. Dagger, the quarterstaff, the wand.
I put my hand behind my back.
The ring.
Can you make it fly, Vincent?
I don't think it works that way.
Okay.
But there are two.
It looks
wands.
like if it amplifies anything, it would focus the magics deep into the earth. Vincent, are there any spells that you think that you would have a reason to cast deep into the earth?
There's none that come to mind. This seems like an abjuration thing. But if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know.
I don't really know much about magic, but if these go very deep, then maybe, I don't know, they're trying to contact something down there or access some minerals down there.
How would you get this much silver?
You'd have to be.
Do you know how far this silver goes?
No, we wouldn't know without digging. I don't really feel like digging here.
That's a
I
lot
will
of silver.
leave this as a mystery for another time.
Okay.
We can find a manual on how this thing works through our journeys, probably.
Shrug, maybe.
Just out of character, Vincent, you have Georg's handy metric, which might be helpful for this. I don't know if you have it memorized.
Yeah, it's something I could definitely get for a day.
I figure he would know that, Neal.
Yeah.
Georg's handy metric. One of those custom spells that a player was like, I absolutely need this spell for my campaign right now, and I haven't seen it used since, but my god, it's finally coming back.
Incredible.
Let's see. The distance between two objects or points. One of the points must be within range and sight, the other must be known, either through visual observation or logical deduction. Okay.
Maybe not then.
Cool.
I don't know.
Let's run a
Logical deduction.
George's handy metric. The location I know is this panel, and I'd like to know where the silver wires end.
Yeah, but you got to know what it is that you're looking for. It's not a how far away is a thing. It's like the distance between these silver things and the castle that I visited last week.
Oh yeah, where do the wires continue past? Like, and then like the end point, or if I can only do 1,000 feet, whether that's enough. Basically, the end point of the wire. Given that this is an end point.
The other side of the river. The other bank of the river is unseen and unknown distance away. Oh, no, okay, sorry. I was misinterpreting this spell. The example specifically says you can do exactly what you're asking about. Okay. Perfect. Wow.
Wow, George's handy metric.
Georg.
This spell obviously works. This is exactly what it was designed to do. These silver rods extend to the length of your spell, 1,000 feet down into the ground.
What's the diameter of the rod?
That's about the size of a fist.
Wow.
A lot of silver.
Dang.
Yes. 1,000 feet of a fist-sized cord of silver.
Yeah.
That's a lot of silver.
That's a lot of silver.
It's a lot. It would probably be a waste to use this as scrap silver.
Does that also, are all of these spells causing it to like heat up every time? Or was it only the first one that did that?
The first one caused some effects. The second one was just cast not into it, but about it and upon it to measure it. So only one has produced an acrid smell and a little bit of cooking smoke.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, with the theory that this thing might amplify magic, let's cast George's handy metric again and try to cast it into one of those holes. See if it lets me go deeper.
Books again. I have tables for everything. And rolled a Yeah, you get a little bit of the same sort of acrid smell in the air. You don't see any smoke coming out of anything, but you do feel like very gentle tremors on the bottom of your feet, like something is slightly shaking the area, and they pass within a few moments. You know, it's like a typical day in California. Just a little bit of earthquaking, but it goes on and you can go about your day.
I drop to the floor and freak out a little bit. What is happening?
Stop
Captain,
dropping rolls
Captain.
for fires, not earthquakes.
I wasn't rolling.
Is there a returned answer in terms of distance?
Nope.
Oh, interesting.
That's why I find out it's 1,000 feet again, or just
No answer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Was this Vincent? Do you think this was made for like specific spells?
Well, we've been through a few of their fortresses and hideouts before. My guess is that... I actually don't know what this is. Maybe it's a telecommunication device. You put a message spell through it or something.
Yeah. Have I ever heard rumors of any flying thing?
Rumors of
that-
any flying thing?
Of the stories of Theris and flight.
Fortresses,
Um,
maybe.
Yeah,
I-
I just want to. I'm trying to limit Lynn's knowledge, but that might be something he would ask about if he had ever heard of rumor of such a thing.
Well, yeah, like floating fortresses are a classic, a staple
okay.
of fantasy lore
Yeah,
and ancient worlds. Like, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
great people in the
Yeah,
past
yeah.
had floating fortresses, and they rode
Yeah, then I
dragons,
say-
and they
I say
summoned
to
storm
Vincent, I'm like,
giants, and they
yeah.
raised people from the dead. Like, there's all
Yeah,
sorts of rumors
absolutely.
of absolutely
Okay,
everything
yeah.
insane. There's chickens
sure.
who, if they peck you, they turn you to stone. There's
Those don't
women with snakes
exist.
for hair that turn you to stone.
That's
My
not
God.
possible.
But Captain actually had a memory of like a mountain or an island lifting up and moving around.
Oh, yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah.
That was in a memory.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've all heard rumors of, literally everything.
Okay.
People saying that they've
Okay.
bedded gods and, that they had an ox child as a result that they had to keep underneath a fortress in a ground. It's all probably lies, but they're great stories.
Okay.
My grandmother told me of a story where a god kissed a dwarf and then they had a baby. I don't believe it. That seems crazy.
The same grandmother that gave you that ring, right?
Oh, no, different one. This one was
different grandmother. Okay.
yeah, this one was a murderer, but that's a story for a different.
Okay. Okay.
The murderer before or after she became a grandma?
A little bit of both, actually.
Oh, mass murderer.
All right, I've written down a note here. Let me know if this is a good note. Do you know who Lantia is? Might be a wizard of some sort. I'm not sure if it's a memory or it's one of the colleagues of Sabrina.
Lantia is a location. It's a place.
Okay.
Atlantia. I think that's where some fish are. There's some mermaids or something.
That's your summary of Atlantis. There's some fish.
Where is Lantia?
Unknown. It's an old place. It's a historical name, but wherever it is, the location has been lost to time. It existed, thousands of years ago, and a lot has changed. About 1,500 years ago, the gods shook apart the world, created new lands, destroyed other lands. Maybe if you find Lantia, it'll be at the bottom of the sea. This was not supposed to be an Atlantis pun, but yeah.
Very good. Well, I explained my theory to the party. This is like some sort of device where you channel spells and then you power something up, and then perhaps the three.
Can you turn it invisible?
No.
You
Doubt it.
Oh, okay.
From like putting spells into this, do I get like any sense that it was taking the spell power in?
Yeah, well, you didn't get, when you cast Garrick's Handy Metric, you did not get an answer returned to you. So
Yeah.
clearly that effect or power or magic went somewhere. However, when you say aloud, or probably just before you say it aloud, as you're thinking it to the party, that this is something that, what did you say? Oh, you had a great phrase a moment ago.
You put magic in and then it powers something.
Yes. That will trigger a distant memory. That's just sort of must have been at the very fringes of what you could think of. And it will bring to light a conversation that your first memory holder, the person that we've been calling Celestria. I think that's what we've been calling her. She's having a conversation with someone, and she's talking to him while sort of like holding and just sort of like mindlessly playing with this amulet. It's probably not something that she even meant to store, but you know, you hold things and you kind of play with them, and sometimes you accidentally trigger a memory recording. And she's talking to this guy. It's clearly an apprentice of hers, and she's talking about. Let me just give you a flat out quote here. No matter what was tried, we were never able to undo the whirlpool. I think it might be either beyond the magic of mortals, or there might be some other cause to it. It might not even be magical in nature. It might be purely physical. Now, what we could do with you is we could send you down there, equipped with the appropriate items, and you could sink to the bottom of the sea and find where everything goes. We can give you a rod of recall, and so if things get ugly, you can snap back instantly to where we are without any fear of harm. How would you feel about that, Ishtar? And he gives like a nice long pause and says, I think that sounds dangerous, but with the rod of recall, perhaps. We'll need an appropriate augmentation so that I don't lose it if the currents get difficult. What happens if there's a no magic, a zone of anti-magic down there? That could easily be the death of me. And Celestria is still playing with the amulet, and she sort of has an idea of like, oh, this is what we could do, and then drops the amulet, ending the conversation.
Interesting. Is it does this whirlpool still exist to this day?
It sits at the very center of the Dardanelles, thousands of years later. That's what creates the motion, that angular momentum. Oops.
Right.
If you like split the Earth and created a hole in one spot of the ocean, how long would it take for the water to drain? Could it take thousands of years?
It's the volume.
I think out loud.
You would think that.
Why would you want to stop the whirlpool, though?
Maybe there's a risk of all the water going away.
Yeah, if it drained the ocean, that would probably be bad for us. But given that the ocean still exists, this probably is not a problem.
And this memory is from thousands of years ago?
Yeah.
Seems like we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Or it just takes a really long time.
I think we are good for now. We return with our containers, we pack up the rods, and we're off to...
Gonna go back home?
Yep.
We're going back home to Drekis.
We make a stop at the first island I went to because I had a order for clay there.
Ah, yes. You return back to Port Ferris. You pick up a metric ton of clay, load it into your boat. You've got some relations that you want to maintain over here. And let me just make a couple of encounter checks just to make sure our journey over here goes smoothly.
Captain, there may be checks, so it may be in our best interest if you stayed sober, just in case.
Are you talking to me, lad?
No, of course not.
I think I've seen this man get out of hand not but once. Maybe not but 0 times. Come to speaks of it. Good old Captain Mapper. Have you ever been drunk?
Every once in a while.
And this land we're going to, this far-off paradise of Drekis. I'm a free man out there, aren't I? Ain't no one there knows my name.
You are. If you want to retire in Drekis, you are welcome to.
He looks at his mangled lack of hands, his singular foot. I don't know what retirement would do for me, but kill me. It's the thrill of the chase that keeps me going, I think. Maybe a break from the run. Maybe a fresh start, a fresh crew. How's the law and order out there? Is there room for enterprising free merchants?
Yes, all sorts of free merchants there.
Splendid.
Are there state-sponsored privateers?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. We can set sail and head for Drekis.
It was mentioned in the very first episode that on that island there were perhaps runes or writings on part of that island. Do we see that? But then it was also mentioned later on in the episode that maybe they weren't there.
I don't know which runes or writings. That's too broad of a statement. Can you narrow it down?
No, because it was a very generic statement. I can find you the timestamp, but I know it was on the first island. It was mentioned that there were perhaps runes or writings.
About the writings on the hidden island.
On the little one out here? Yeah.
I know it was on the first island with the clay.
Well, there were 3 ancient locations that were visited when this first island was first discovered. It doesn't sound like you guys are going to any of those locations. It sounded to me like you're going straight to town and then straight out from town, unless...
Got it.
Yeah, but I will recount the island,
Sure.
2i crew here. And we visited all 3 of those spots, right? Or were there some we didn't?
You did. You visited all 3 spots. The top spot was what was initially described, or later described as an inertial actuator, but it was just like a weird mountain. The second location was the southern mountain over here that you fought those monsters, the Chul within, and the goblins within. And then the third location was the little island out here, which was like the old fortress that had the pirates in it, and then there was a bunch of I think there were some runes or writings or spells or something written in there that we didn't really get to.
Yeah, was there some reason where why I thought the actuator was not in that particular cove, or it was somewhere else?
I can't recall any of your rationales.
Okay, well, now that we know an actuator was in one of those things where you insert a rod and lowers the door, maybe we should revisit that.
This chunk of copper that we got from the actuator that had the rods of cancellation,
the like corroded copper that's all been stuck together.
Does it have like a form to it at all?
It's too corroded to whatever it was is just sort of a mess. It's similar to the vaguely similar to the silver and gold, which is like stacked on a rope. It's kind of like a long thing, so it might have been one of these that's been corroded, but it's also not like a straight thing. It's kind of a mess.
It's not like a corroded sculpture or anything.
It could be.
Okay.
Come to think of it, Wiley was in this hideout for a bit. I have Wiley look at the actuator. Hey, you ever seen this thing over there at your old hideout?
No. Can't say that I had. I spent quite a bit of time in there with the first crew that brought me there, and we looked about and saw the whole place. There was quite a lot of oddities there. Floating rooms, oozes in pits, ancient runes carved behind invisible walls, but nothing like this. If there had been a wall with silver cords, you bet I would have gotten all my men in there to rip it to shreds, pull the silver out, and make off with it like bandits.
Ancient ruins behind invisible walls. I went to one of those, right?
You did go to one of those, yes.
Okay, great. Any more past the one I went to, Wiley?
he describes the one that you visited, and it's like, that's the same one that I knew. Oh, I know nothing else.
Great. I think we're good to just pick up the clay and go back home then.
You're right. You get the clay. You begin to head home.
Might be at full,
Can
Neal. Might be at full health.
Yes.
I assume it's been enough days. Cool.
Yes, you've got a doctor with you. So by the time you get back to Port Ferris, you'll be at full health. We're going to take a short break early on in our session, so I can do a little math, and we'll see what happens on the other side of our break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. Our party is setting sail from Flotsam Island near Port Ferris back home to Dreckus. We've got this loot. We've got some information. We're going to go back and share it with our great benefactors and, do some great stuff. Why are we making random perception checks?
For the reef giant.
You detect 0 reef giants in your area, but it's a shame you're looking down and into the water, because what is coming for you is not coming from the water, but the air. A whole different problem. You will see.
Oh, see.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I think it's quite clear on this day. You spot something in the sky, a bird, probably. Not worth it mentioning, not worth bringing up in campaign, except it keeps getting bigger, and it's not a bird that's kind of nearby you. This was a much, much larger winged creature further off. And it's still pretty far away. In the sky, it's difficult to judge distance, and you're watching this thing, and it's not coming directly towards you. You're sailing between 2 islands, right? You're like, somewhere here in the middle, on your way from Port Ferris past where it says Oaktown, like in this little channel between these 2 islands. When this thing that's approaching and getting clearer is identified as a griffin. And not just a griffin with some sort of human rider mounted on top of it.
Should we make for an island?
Huh, well.
Themselves right here. And
There's just one. It's just one, right?
It's just one, and it's a curiosity. It's flying kind of across your plane of sail. I don't think anyone worries about it too much until it starts to shift course and starts coming in your direction with like a downward tilted angle. It looks like it's at least gonna do a flyby in your direction to look at you, or maybe there's something in the water, within 1,000 feet of you that it's going towards, or maybe it's just doing a course change and a lowering of altitude. But this griffin with a rider on its back it's coming in your direction. Now, you've got your newfound loot. I think you had said you put it in chests or boxes of some kind and placed it on board the ship, which clearly it went well. Otherwise we would have said that your ship is destroyed and non-functioning.
That's good.
Yeah. This rider gets closer. Go ahead.
Out of ample precaution, I'll cast Strength on Theodore.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Takes 10 minutes to do, and this thing is getting a little closer and a little closer. And Theodore, you get how much strength?
Can I get that other?
Wait, before any casting, do I know what this is? Like, I'm from the Dardanelles, and I guess Wiley's also might probably knows what this is.
Wiley spent a lot of time. He tells all sorts of tall tales. I don't know if we should ever believe him, but you, as a person who has lived in the Dardanelles for how long? Your whole life?
Yeah. Yep.
You are familiar with griffins in the area. They are the front wave of the White Prince's power projection into the seas around it. There are these large ships that have many griffins with many knights, and from these ships, knighted griffins will launch to harass and attack their enemies. But these are powerful people who often have like plate mail or rings of feather fall on them, and they're usually used in large numbers to attack, concentrated enemy vessels or in large concentrations to attack an enemy vessel. I don't think you've ever seen one. You may never have seen one at all. You've definitely heard of them, but you haven't really heard of them flying in solo numbers, unless maybe they're used to deliver messages, or something like that.
Okay.
I explain this to the party, and I say, look, Vincent, the White Prince doesn't. He has a very strict control of magic. If you start casting spells willy-nilly, they might get the wrong idea. I think we should just be careful not to provoke whoever this person is. They're probably very powerful. I wouldn't cast any spells.
Vincent, can we go below hold, and then can you turn me invisible, and then you can return without me, and I can just be prepared in case things go poorly?
I didn't prepare invisibility today.
Never mind.
Also, the White Prince might see all these magic items and think they belong to him, just so you know.
Yep. I don't flaunt the 2 wands that I have.
Yeah, the White Prince hasn't had control over the Outer Rim in decades. A decade. Unusual. If this is one of his people, it would be very unusual for them to be out this far.
I think it's worth it.
Are they within shouting distance yet, or still too far away?
Still too far away. Yeah, shouting distance. I mean, if they're coming within shouting distance, they'll be. By the time you're done shouting what you're shouting, they'll be at you, since flying creatures need to keep moving to stay aloft.
Does anyone have a spyglass?
No.
Wiley?
I ain't got nothing but what the good old Vincent Mappers gifted me. I owe everything to that man.
Aye, Captain.
I'm gonna grab my shield, but I'm gonna stay in my studded leather.
Yeah, we'll stand at the ready, and he may or may not be hostile, but we'll assume he's not.
It appears that the party is looking at this fellow, and
I make an excuse to go underneath the boat inside the hole. I just need to grab. I left my glaive. Let me just put something. I'll be right back.
you step below, go grab something. And this creature flies at a steep angle in your direction. The griffin pulls its wings sort of back close to its body, creating a narrow and speedy dive in your direction. I'd like to give you guys the opportunity to initiate any sort of actions that you want preemptively. I don't know if a preemptive action is good for you or bad for you in this situation.
Dodge action. And by this, it's just Lynn is just very prepared to roll out of the way or duck. If he tries to get grabbed.
Yeah. We call it a parry in second edition. You get a bonus to your AC of 1/2 your level.
Okay.
Yep. I just want to stay at the door downwards so that I don't get snatched by a griffin.
You head not into the hold, but in the doorway below, leaving just Wiley, Theodore, and Lynn.
Vaya is below deck.
Yeah, I'm searching for something.
Wiley is up, right?
Yeah. Wiley, Lynn, and Theodore are up.
Okay, got it.
Why I'll call out. Oh, we're gonna need you upstairs.
Yeah, 1 second, Captain. I'm coming.
Could Lynn and Theodore and Wiley all roll me a d20? I will roll for Wiley.
We want high or low?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I want to know.
A middle's got to be good, Neal.
A middle's gotta be good. Yeah.
Middle has to be good.
Yeah.
Can I find a net down in the ship? Is there? Do we have a net? Let me look.
I think you left her at the previous town.
Probably.
I don't think there's any nets on your ship. No one's called that out as needed gear.
We have a. Yeah, sorry.
Lynn, thank God you've taken that dodge action. You also picked up a shield, right? So your AC
Picked up a
should
shield.
be
Yeah, I have the kite shield.
pretty big. Studded leather, plus high dex, right?
Yep.
You got 3 from dex and a shield.
So I think it will be AC 20, I believe.
No, you don't have a
Believe.
shield specialization, so it's just going to be
Oh, okay.
18, but 18's a great number. As this griffin swoops down on your location, outstretching its claws and throwing open its wings at the last moment,
Yep.
it makes a dive bomb attack
Yep.
at you out of random. You
Yep.
were just minding your own business.
I was just minding my own business.
You're just being your own person.
Yeah.
But you roll a 4. Not great. So
Not
this
great.
is gonna be 1d20 plus 7 by default, 2 for a charge, 1 for high ground attacking from above. So that's a d20 plus 10, and he
Sure.
gets 2 claw attacks. A 16 is not good enough. You will dodge out of the way of the 16, but the 20 will do it. One of the claws
Yep.
comes in and grabs you.
Yep.
1d4 for damage, hooking itself through your leather armor into your flesh, ripping its claws against you. And I'm going to need you to make a strength check.
Oh, absolutely. This is what I'm made for.
As the griffin goes, "Woo!"
Yep. That's 23.
23 is great. The griffin does a swoop, puts its claws into you, and lifts off into the air. Whoosh. Everyone on the ground. What do you want to do?
I'm
You
gonna
gotta look
shout
at
out.
this guy.
They're attacking us.
What'd you say,
Take
Theodore?
cover, everyone! I tell them. I shout back.
Did we get a chance to look at? I know they're going fast, but any
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're staring them
sigils or
down.
banners or anything?
Yeah, there is a knight aboard the Griffin. She is wearing like a breastplate and has a sword. I know this token has a shield, but she doesn't actually have a shield. She needs one hand free for the reins and one hand for the sword. No time for shields here.
Okay.
The colors that she wears are white and purple, clear signs of the White Prince. Give me a quick perception check there.
Yeah.
24.
24.
Yeah, you can see that this knight, who doesn't have her helmet on, gets in the way too much up in the air, batters around on your head a little too much. Has wounds on her, not fresh wounds, but healed wounds, like lots of them. She's got big scars across her face. Shocks of her hair have gone white in some other areas. She doesn't look like she is new to fighting. And she does look like she has been in combat many times.
Sure.
Griffin pulls up on the other side and begins to ascend while slowly turning itself around.
They're gonna come back. What should we do, Captain?
Somebody grab my bow.
Cover! Take cover. Make them have to land if they want to fight. And I'll call out into the air. We don't have... We come in peace.
I take
valiant
cover,
attempt.
pull out my bow, and I'm just gonna start unloading.
So I hear Theodore is going in to cover. Did I make that up?
Lynn? Or me?
Lynn is trying to
No,
gain
yeah,
cover
Lynn's
and
gonna
just
shoot.
Yep.
The captain said everyone take cover, and I thought I heard Theodore say something about taking cover. I know Lynn is taking bow
If
shots.
the captain tells me to take cover, I try and take cover somewhere.
Right.
If
Yeah,
I can be
is-
under, then I guess I'll be
Yeah.
under.
No,
is
Lynn,
the
this is
only way to take cover to be below deck?
essentially. I mean, I don't know what other sort of cover you can come up with here.
Yeah.
But this thing takes a while to turn around. It's not a hummingbird. It can't just flip instantly. So you're going to get 2 rounds of shots at it. You're going to have to unequip your shield, though, so that's going to take off one of your rounds. And then the same round that you're unequipping your shield, you can grab your bow. So you're basically going to get 1 shot as it's like turned all the way around. So 1 shot at long range, 1 shot at medium range. And then the next round, you'll roll initiative against each other.
Okay.
Does anyone have a lasso proficiency?
I was wrong.
Sadly not.
10 on the first one.
At long range, that's at a -5, so it plunks into the sea. The creature turns a little more. You line up your second shot, -2 to hit for medium.
I'm gonna aim for the griffin, not the person with armor. I'm gonna aim for the griffin.
Wow. Falls a little short. I see. I'm just going to put those of you who are below decks, I'm just going to put you on the bottom side of the ship. Now, quick note, this token that we're using is not the token for your ship. The ship that we've designed for you actually doesn't have a token. So to be clear here, there is like an entryway. I'm going to make it in this red. Actually, this is a terrible way to do it. It should be more like this. This pinkish reddish line is the entrance and exit to downstairs. So you would exit back up this way. Actually, it should be at the front. It's the front of the boat. Okay. So something like
next to it.
Yeah, perfect. They would be like that or so. So that would be where you come and exit from. And I know this token looks like it's got higher and lower ground. You've just got a flat deck with the mast in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Does our ship have any Dracassian markings?
No. It has no Dracassian markings of any kind on it. It's just, to anyone else looking at you, you're just a random boat in the water. A small boat, but just another boat. No signs of empire, no signs of allegiances. You just got your little sail up. You're not even flying any important flags of any kind. You're completely innocent.
So I can get 2 attacks off, and then I need to roll initiative.
Yes, I think it's time for anyone who wants to roll initiative.
That's a 1, Neal. What are you gonna do? That's a 1.
Yeah. Well, we'll add 2 for weapon speed, but that's 3 is still the lowest you can possibly roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move. I'm going to slash at the air as if there's an invisible person there, and then move below deck.
What would the speed if I wanted to unproficiently try to lasso the neck of the griffin? What would the speed for that be?
I think lassos are... Well, I just have the answer over here. Nope.
You might want to set to receive charge.
Oh yeah, if you had like, if you can do that with like glaive, it's actually crazy good.
I think you probably can. But...
Okay, what's set to receive charge?
You want to explain it?
+3.
You seem to know it, Jordan.
Just if a creature's charging at you, I think you get double damage if you hit.
Okay, so yeah, the speed doesn't matter. I rely on them. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good.
I'll just be in the doorway, or I guess just outside of it, ready to.
I'm parrying.
Are you under decks or above decks?
Below decks.
Under.
You're under decks and parrying. Lasso speed is 10. It's very slow, but maybe not as slow as your glaive. I don't know. No, it's a little bit slower. So Vaya, I'm hearing that you are setting to receive a charge. That means you gotta like be up on top of the decks or something.
Yeah, I'll step out.
Did I feel like the griffin was trying to pull me off the ship?
I
made that strength check, so if I noticed like, okay, I'm going to mention that. It
sounds to me like
down.
You are afraid that they might have been trying to rip you off the ship. So seems like a good answer.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say, like, as I'm passing through, like,
be careful. They're going to try to pull you off the ship and drown you in the water.
Could I have used those 2 rounds to tie myself to the mast with a rope?
You don't have a shield. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff. I didn't hear you in those 2 rounds do anything other than hide below the deck. So if you want to take this round to tie yourself to a mast, go for it. But no, we're not going to go back in time.
Okay, then I stay underneath this round and wait for it to pass again.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that Lynn is on top. He's on the top with the dagger out. You've put away your bow, and you've pulled out a dagger as the Griffin Knight is coming towards you. Below decks, we have literally everybody else. And you win initiative, Lynn. Go for it.
Yes, and I go below deck. So I am using my dagger. I am charging below deck, attacking nothing. I'm charging below deck.
So you're not rolling initiative with your dagger. You're rolling initiative for movement.
I mean, I attack an invisible person.
You're
that
rolling
may or may not
initiative
be
for.
there.
Do we really want to play the game of finding edges in the rules to make things make sense? Because if that's how we want to play this game, I have so many edge case rules that we can apply strange logic to. You guys didn't hear in between sessions, he tried to change his race to half-elf. He tried to change his race between sessions.
Listen, I hadn't looked at the multi-classing rules before. I didn't know how they worked. And I was like, oh, these actually aren't
None of
that
the
bad.
multi-classing rules allow you to change your strength or your race.
No. The dual classing would require me to change my stats. Absolutely. Multi-classing wouldn't, but it would require me to change my race.
All right, you roll for initiative for movement. Yeah. You hurry down decks. The creature swoops by and up the other side, not making any sort of landing attempts whatsoever. Vincent, you're next.
Cool. I think what I was intending to do is, like, as it was approaching, I wanted to call out, why is the White Prince attacking an innocent merchant vessel?
Yeah. You hurry to the decks as the griffin swoops by. You shout your question into the air, hoping for an answer. Maybe they just didn't hear you, or maybe they're going to turn around and come land gently and have a nice long conversation. You should probably wait right there to find out. Actually, I'm sorry, you make it there before them. So you do get to the decks. I hadn't looked at the initiative table right. You get up to the deck and you shout this as they come. Yeah?
So to be clear, I'm not standing anywhere where I can get...
you're just like poking your head out from behind a thing.
The intent is to just call out as they're close. From below.
All right. I will give you 90% cover, which is a -10 on their attack rolls. But if your head is poking out, they're still going to try 1d20 plus 7 to 1 -10. It's a 6 with the first claw and an 11 with the second claw. You easily avoid both attacks as the griffin screeches by, its claws outstretched. The knight aboard does not answer your question, and they swoop off in a different direction, leaving Vaya to go.
I come up and tie myself to the mast with a rope that I found earlier.
All right, now, great question. Super critical question. What length of rope sits between your body and the knot upon the mast?
15 feet.
You're going to give yourself 15 feet of movement. Okay.
Yeah. Because I feel like if I could probably get thrown off at 15 feet, but I can pull myself in at least or above the water, hopefully.
Okay. I'm just going to make a little note here so I don't forget. 15 feet. Excellent. And that is the end of the round. The griffin continues to go off towards the west a little bit. What next round?
I'm tempted to go outside, shoot my bow, and then go back down. That might be the strat. Instead of doing that, I'm going to roll for movement, go outside, and just try to start judging times. So I'm not taking that. I'm not doing that right now. I'm not taking my bow and doing it. I'm just seeing how long it's taking them to turn because I want to know if this is a viable strategy in the future. Because if it is, I'm going to hand Theodore my backup bow, and we're just going to be doing this every other round. It's just pulling out the bow, taking a shot, and then go back down.
Got it. All right, you pop out onto the deck, or at least a spot to see the deck and watch the creature.
Yep.
Theodore, Jordan, what do you got?
Not much. I think I continue to parry.
Below
How
decks?
far away is the griffin?
Yeah.
The griffin is 300 feet or so by the end of this round.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that increasing distance or decreasing?
It is presently increasing.
Okay.
The next round, it begins its turn, and comes back to roughly about. The next round it sort of levels off and it curves in a separate direction, not really getting too much terribly farther. The next round after that, it begins to head back towards you, and on the round after that, it is coming.
Interrupt one of those many rounds. I cast Enlarge on my.
On Vaya, all right. Vaya, who has tied herself to the mast.
Oh, and I make sure this time that I give her some warning to loosen the rope. So
Okay.
Thank you.
Get decapitated.
We're not going to give her a magical corset of restraining. Yeah. Sounds awful. Oops. Okay. Vaya, you can loosen. Give yourself enough room to grow a little bit. It's a little snug on you. It'll be fine. Lynn, you can correctly count that this griffin, every...
It sounds like to me it spends one round charging at us, and then one round recorrecting, and then one round coming back at us, or is it more than that?
Every 3 rounds.
So then does that mean that it would be one round attacking us, then 2 rounds where we could attack it, and then 1 round where it's attacking us?
So class B
If
is
we were using one
every
of those.
1 per 1. C is 1 per 2. D is 1 per 3. Yeah, so it swoops, it flies, it turns, it swoops. Yeah, so
Are
swoop,
they
turn, turn,
turning-
swoop, turn, turn, swoop, turn, turn, swoop.
Turn is done on 2 separate rounds or the same round?
Each turn is a separate round, yeah. So 1 round
Oh,
of
okay,
attacking,
okay.
1 round
Okay.
of turning, another round of turning, and a 3rd round of attacking.
Okay, that's incredible. I'm going to pull out my longbow,
Well,
try to give it to someone if they'll use it,
Okay.
and then not do anything this turn.
alrighty, let's get some initiative this round. The griffin is coming back.
Okay. It looks like this round it'll be able to attack someone.
Yes.
Cool.
And we did enlarge Vaya. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, I did it twice accidentally.
That's all right. We'll give you the first roll, which was
Were
a
you
15
setting to
for
receive
favorable.
charge, I believe? Or
Yeah, I'm trying to
taking
receive charge. Is that? I just rolled my normal attack. initiative,
Yeah,
but
you
that
get
might
a
be
bonus
wrong.
of 2 on your initiative to receive charge. So you're good. You
It's
got
really
your
good.
pike out, your glaive out. They are definitely charging. All right. And down below decks is still Lynn and Wiley. Not Lynn, Theodore and Wiley.
Yeah. Correct.
Excellent. Lynn, can we get an initiative roll with your bow?
sure.
As you're watching, they're coming back. You're like, they're coming back this round. Time to whip out the good old longbow, was it?
Yes, longbow. Yep.
Longbow.
Sure, absolutely.
Excellent. You and Vincent are essentially tied. Why don't you take your first shot as everything is coming towards us?
Sure.
19
19.
against the Griffin is a hit. You will plunk
Nice.
an arrow into the creature. I'm going to put up separate Griffin and Knight tokens for now so we can track their HP appropriately.
Sure. It's 3 points of damage to the griffin.
Excellent. You'll do 3 to the Griffin. Plunk.
Yeah, I'm also kind of hoping that by attacking the steed, it's going to start acting worse for the rider,
Maybe throwing it off or something. But yeah.
All right.
Who knows?
This is a war griffin. They're trained for this.
Exactly right. Probably.
Vincent,
Probably.
you're up next. You've got a hold person spell as this thing is not pummeling, but plummeting towards you.
Yes, I'm still at the door between the ship's hold and the top, so I'm not standing out in the open. If they're within range of 120 feet, I'll cast hold person. If not,
By the
I'll hold my
time,
action.
by half the time, by the time your initiative comes up, they are well within 120 feet.
Cool, I cast hold person on the run.
One of the worst
Alrighty.
ways to die.
Ryder gets a
Just
saving
fall off the
throw.
griffin into the ocean.
Then we
They
save them and
fail
recruit them.
miserably.
Yes.
They are going to be held
Yes.
in place for 8 rounds.
Oh.
The griffin is going to come and actually, as it gets close to the boat, it flares out its wings, sort of catches the wind, lets its legs go forward, and it makes a land on the boat, as it was instructed to do before its rider was paralyzed, was held in place. So it makes a landing, brings out its claws to attack the closest thing, waiting for its rider to hop off and, join the fray. The closest thing is Lynn. The griffin no longer has charge or high ground. It's just regular attack rolls right now.
Sure.
21 is barely a
Yep.
hit for 3 points of damage. The second attack is a 19, also a hit
Yep.
for 1 point of damage. You've taken 3 this round. Puts you at 7.
Yep.
And its beak. It's good old beak. 1d20 plus 7. The griffin's finally getting the good rolls. The beak comes towards Lynn, opens his flesh for a measly 2d. Oh, it's 2d8, not 2d6. A measly 3 points of damage. That could have been character-ending death right there, but no, you're fine. Taken 6, you're at 4 HP. Via, you have set to receive your charge. You've got reach. You are large size. You can go off right now and stab at the griffin. Hit
Yes.
with the glaive. Double damage to the
Nice.
beast.
And enlarge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, your glaive normally does 2d6. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes.
So you
Plus
should-
3, 2d6 plus 3.
How much of the +3 is specialization? That's all, right? That's mastery? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so we're going to do your 2d6, and then we're going to do another 2d6 because you set to receive charge against a charging creature. We're going to sum that up, and then we're going to multiply it by your strength your enlarge modifier, and then we're going to add 3. So roll me
Nice.
2d6 more damage. And I'm very scared for our griffin.
Oh.
That's
Above average.
20
Yes.
plus 10% per Vincent's level.
Plus 60%.
Plus
So 32 damage.
60.
And it's 17 times 1.6. And then you add the 3 after.
Oh, yeah, the 3 after. Okay, never mind. Oh, and you also round up.
35 is what I'm getting here. Is that right? Yes, 20 times 1.6 is 32
It should
plus
ju-
3 is
It
35.
should just be 17 times 1.6. Because the
Yeah,
oh,
no, I
right.
think
I was
I-
adding the 3. Thank you,
Yes,
thank you,
you're
thank
adding
you.
the 3,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yep.
and then it rounds up, whatever.
31 damage. That's still more than enough as the griffin lands on Lynn and starts ripping him apart with claws
Yes.
and beaks. The charged glaive runs right through the chest of the creature, doing 32 damage, bringing it to -10 hit points, which kills the griffin entirely in one shot. And Via, I need you to roll me a D1, 2, 3, 4, a D4. The griffin gets pushed back off the edge of the ship from the ferocity of your attack.
Isn't impaled?
It's, the glaive goes into the griffin's body.
Sure, it gets
and then
shaved.
like the
Yeah, okay.
griffin
Yeah.
who's rearing back begins to tip and fall. And I think Vaya can hold on to her glaive as it rips itself off of your weapon, falling into the sea.
Can I get a second attack this round and then cut its head off while it's falling?
You only get a second attack
Every other.
The knight who is still in the saddle and is magically held for 8 rounds falls into the sea with the griffin, never to be seen from again.
That's teamwork, baby. Dream work.
Good job, Vaya.
Ow.
Good job, everyone. Thank you.
That was great.
Ow. Lynn looks like it's like rips out of his flesh.
That's very brave of you, Lynn, to stand in the way of a charging griffin.
That was not the plan. The plan was for it's fine. That was not the plan.
Lad, when someone says you've been brave, you best go with it. Just say them. Yes, I'm very brave. Look at me. You've done good. He pats you on the shoulder. You've
Lynn
done very good.
lies on the ground, like in a growing
wounds, Vincent?
pool of his own blood.
Can you tend his wounds, Vincent? Maybe within 1 round of him having taken damage.
That's a good idea. Yes, I will do.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's so good to have these assistants.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's a healing check.
Yep.
Wiley stumbles over to the edge of the ship. Unfortunate. Bad luck. No healing. Looks down into the sea. Looks back at the party. I wonder what drove them to such madness.
The magic we have on the ship.
Well, how would they know about it? Which one of you
White Prince.
talked? Huh? Who's been... He points a dagger at each of the party members in
Whoa,
turn.
whoa, whoa.
Who's
I
been
level my
talking about
glaive.
what we found?
I level my glaive at Wiley.
Was it you?
It was you, Wiley. I saw you sneak off
Vincent.
at night at
No,
the bar,
No one
bragging
listens
about
to
your
an old
adventures.
man's tales.
They did this time.
Vincent, is there a way that they could be finding this magic? Like, they're in stone containers. Do we need to do anything else? Or is this just like... I guess we could stop at the nearby town and ask them if, like, there have been... White King... Like, Lynn starts, like, not talking rationally. He's like, White King, White Prince stuff. Maybe they're just more active here or something. I don't know, but, like...
Yeah, I think
Are we
farther
doing
get away, it'll be
something?
fine.
Can they detect us somehow?
That's very strange. Well, if they had detected it, I'm sure they would have sent more knights. We should probably just sail off post-haste.
Lynn nods. I'm gonna stay below decks and just do full bed rest.
Yeah. Well, that is the last you see of these dangers. You quickly leave the realm of the Dardennes, moving further and further away from that perpetual maelstrom that drags people in towards these islands. Soon free of the tides, here you can catch the ocean currents that push you ever towards Arcadia. It will be a great journey. Weeks will pass on your way. Out at sea, there are periods of lulls, where the winds do not blow and it's only the magic of your boat that propels you forward. There will be times where the winds gust suddenly and you can catch them riding ever forward, ever easier. Your boat will... Go ahead.
Can I have just one of these downtimes, just one of these times on the boat? Can someone attack me? Theodore, can you just like level and attack my way?
Sure. With a sword?
Yeah, just your normal. Not the magic
Right.
one, maybe.
If you say so. Okay, I'll take out a dagger. 14.
14. Mine is normally 13. Does that hit?
We're trying to discern whether or not this is a ring of protection via these actions.
Yeah,
There
I might
you
also hold my
go.
hand
Good
over
job.
a torch later if this
Yes.
does nothing.
Or if it's not Neal and I kill her, then I can take it.
True. 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 Those are the established rules.
I guess you could have punched me, but darn it, I said with a dagger, so let's go. But that was perfect, actually. That was like
Out of
exactly...
game, in case it makes things easier, I'll note that there were 2 different auras that were detected on the ring. That might make it easier to find.
Oh yeah, there was two different different
Yep.
schools of magic.
Yep.
I wrote that down somewhere. One second.
On the wands, I think one was evocation, and I want to say the other one was divination. The dagger was enchantment. The sword is enchantment, and then with the
One
ring,
of them was
there was 2
adjuration.
different ones. Yeah, I think
You know
those
the
were the
second?
rods.
I think
On the
this-
ring, I don't remember.
I wrote that the ring was at least adjuration plus something else, but I forgot the plus.
Yes. Yeah.
But I could have written that wrong.
No, you're probably right. I don't remember what the schools were. I just remember that there were 2 on the ring.
Good call. And then I avoid checking chat.
I mean, your AC is normally 13, so I think this is a pretty good.
14 is
Pretty
the
good test.
ideal number to have rolled.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to test.
I try.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And then Then also after that happens, I'll ask if you occasionally you want to train longsword so I can start training my next proficiency.
Of course.
Thank you.
Vincent, Lynn, while he's getting tended to Vincent, is going to be like, I think I see now why so many of your previous guards died. I think I understand.
You know, I joined and then 2 people died. I'm not saying I'm a bad omen, but
Yeah, that was very strange how we got attacked by that person.
Yeah.
You know, if only you had taken them hostage, you would have figured out why, perhaps.
That's what I wanted to do!
I know.
I wanted to cut the head off.
It's too
Yeah.
bad Maya just shoved that griffin right off the boat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm too good, Captain. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
hit too hard. I don't know what
Lynn
you want from me.
laughs,
You don't know your own strength.
coughs up some blood.
I don't know your strength or the strength that you give me, Captain. All things are
Only-
possible through Vincent.
Through the power of friendship.
I think there's a rule in here that I'm trying to find, but I can't find it. There was some description about trying to determine the exact bonuses of magical gear, and there was something in here that's like, these things only come into play when you're actually in life or death situations. But I
Yes.
can't remember.
Yes.
Sounds
yes.
fine.
Yes. I know what you're
That
talking
sounds
about.
fine now.
Yeah, it is in there.
But I
It was a
can't-
real damage
Yeah,
hit.
it is in
It wasn't
there.
a fake damage hit. It wasn't like
That's
we weren't just
that would be
fighting.
the argument. Yeah. There is a rule like that. It's in the DMG somewhere.
Yeah. But I can't find it right now, so we're not going to worry about it. 14 does not hit you.
Nice.
Aw, thank you. So it's at least
Buy it.
14. We'll write at
Please.
least 14.
At least
Please.
15.
At least 15. Okay.
Yeah, because if you're AC 13 and they roll a 13,
Yeah.
hit you.
Who's the party tank?
Via.
Because okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Great.
Well, Lynn
It's
was
perfect.
recently, but
No. Via's the tank. Then this is the perfect item. This is perfect.
Well, I mean,
Is
that.
there
yeah.
a way to test out wands, or are they just impossible to use if you don't know how to use them?
to use a wand? Ah, yeah. So wands, there's a little passage here that I find very useful.
And I don't actually update anything. We just keep that in mind when fighting, right?
Yeah, since you don't know what to add,
Okay.
I will if you think I might be forgetting, yell at me, but I will try to add it in on the background. Let's see.
I would never assume that.
You should
Never.
assume. La la la. When wands run out of charges, so wands have a number of charges. You don't know what the number of charges are. When they run out of charges, they can no longer be used and they crumble. Like rods and staves, wands can require the utterance of a command word or phrase to operate. Not always, but sometimes. And like other items, the key is seldom found in the lock. So if these wands are either just a point and click interface where you channel magic through them and something comes out and then you figure out what they are, and then after a little bit of experimentation and burning some of their existing charges, you'll have a good idea, or there may be a command word attached. It doesn't sound like you have tried to use any of these wands to see if there is a command word attached to them.
I haven't. Would the identify usually give the command word?
You just hear a word within your head as if it was whispered by a god.
Open sesame.
Magic now says me.
Yeah.
Very
The identify spell will not give a command word if there is one. No.
Wow.
The command word might be written on the wand, needing a read magic spell to translate, but you've looked at these, so you don't see any words written on them. So either they're activatable on their own, or you'll need to do some sort of research or something to find out what the command word is. Maybe a commune spell or a sage, or like find some descriptions of similar things that maybe they all have a similar command word, or maybe it just works without them. You'd have to try it to find out.
Great, no plans to. Just wanted to know when it does get identified.
Might be in this book once I try to read this again.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, with all this, we set sail for Arcadia. Weeks pass on the open seas. Winds come and go. A few other vessels are seen at great distances, and who knows how many you pass quietly in the night. But eventually, land is sighted. Arcadia comes near. Our party will be arriving. Is there anything we need to do before we make landfall in Arcadia?
Get
Yes,
paid?
the day before.
Question mark?
I will have cast, as we're nearing Arcadia, the messenger spell.
The range is 6 miles, so you can do it as you're getting very close.
I send a floating bird, or flying bird, over to our patron, Lord Richard, and I tie a note saying, we're about to land. If you could make sure that our dock processing goes very smoothly, that would be great.
I don't think you realize what a good idea this is. Because it's a great idea.
Ah, Captain, that was a great idea. You know what? I always said you were the smartest wizard I've ever met.
He's the only wizard I've ever met.
You come in to Theris, the town of your docking. And as you approach, you can see from a distance that something is off. A great many of the ships that should normally be in the harbor are out of the harbor. Many of the vessels here that look like they are navy vessels, not just merchant or pleasure vessels, are in active movement in open water, not just sitting and floating, not sitting anchored or anything like that. It's unusual for a lot of navy ships to be sort of just, they don't appear to be moving together in a formation. They're all just sort of churning and moving and then like slowly doing a big circle around, constantly in motion. Very odd. As you get closer yet, you can see that the walls of the city are manned. They're always manned with a couple of people, but this looks like the guard has been called out. It's not just a single person on watch. It's a bunch of people on watch. You can see the flags within the town itself have changed. The Empress's personal sigil is no longer flying over the city of Theris.
disturbing.
We know what sigil this is.
There are a great many flags. I don't think you know any of them. Do you have a heraldry proficiency, Vincent?
Nope. But I have bureaucracy and administration.
You do.
I have forgery. I could potentially recognize seals.
None of these are
I have swimming.
absolutely useless in this
Yes.
situation. Yeah.
Bureaucracy sounds adjacent.
It's not enough to necessarily recognize this personal sigil. There is an unusual flag flying. It's not one. It has similar markings as the Empress's markings, but it's different. So it's probably someone related to her, but it's not hers. You make it into port, and you can see like you're being. Someone's waving a flag in your direction, telling you to come over here. There's a group of 4 armed men around them. The docks seem to be sort of uptight. People are still doing business, but everyone's sort of hustling quickly to and fro. And you can see that there are active patrols walking across the open dock area, and a couple of folks being asked polite questions by these men-at-arms. You make landfall. Your ship gets tied up. An emissary of Lord Marshall comes over to you and says, Mr. Vincent. So good to have you home. Lord Marshall got your message and would love to receive you at your earliest convenience. Are these your newfound companions?
They are. Excellent. We will cart out the goods right away.
You'd best take them with you as you go through the streets. Much has happened in your absence. The Empress has been murdered.
Whoa.
It wasn't me.
I curse in a different language.
Was this around the time where the night events happened in the sky? The comets and whatnot?
No, quite a bit earlier. Actually, just a little bit after you left. It's been months.
That's very unfortunate.
August 12th.
Who's in charge?
Well, the Queen's daughter, the new Empress, is Lysandra Wick. Her third child. Fortunately, her older children, well, they passed away, as you know, months ago. Well, perhaps not you, but as Vincent would know. Her husband, the cleric Van, has arrived and is acting as prince consort, but, well, a few attempts have been made upon his life. Drekka sits at the edge of a civil war.
Oh my, quite the event. Well,
Quite. Nonetheless, business continues. Rain, shine, coups, civil wars, or peaceful times. The coins always flow, and the grain always comes, and the winds always blow. So, please.
great. Let's get a cart and load up a bunch of stuff.
They will help you load up all the stuff, including all the wealth, anything you need. The assistant tells you that they will help reprovision the ship in your absence, replacing any ropes or waters or foods that are necessary. And you can cart all of this stuff off through the city streets with the bodyguards that were brought, plus your 3 own bodyguards, to Lord Richard Marshall's warehouse in Theris, with a converted upper room, which is his nice, cozy office. The warehouse is made out of stone. A large set of wooden doors made of thick oak banded with bronze or brass are the front. Inside the warehouse, there's a staircase to the left side of the great doors that leads up to a small room upstairs, which is a nice, cozy little office. up there is Lord Marshall, resting comfortably in his red leather-bound seat, feet up on a table, your note in his hands, as if he's reading it over and over again, trying to decipher meaning from it. As the lot of you walk in, he'll pop to his feet, come around the desk and say, "Ah, Vincent." He puts out a hand. Good to see you again. Good to see you. How goes the journey?
I give him a firm handshake and a smile and say, Lord Marshall, we had to return right away because we've found magical items beyond my wildest dreams.
Really? Why, that's the best news I've heard in weeks, maybe a month. Tell me all. And your traveling companions. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Lord Richard Marshall, a man of minor repute out here in this part of the world. Do you speak the common tongue?
Assuming
Yes.
he's saying a Syndrakisian.
No, he's speaking in the same language that you're speaking.
Oh, okay. I respond yes.
Good.
I say, "Hola, no este common." And then I reach, he has a hand reached out, I reach out to try to kiss the hand and just see what kind of rings he has.
Yeah, he will let you kiss his hand. It's his right hand that he's holding out. He has 3 rings on it. A simple golden ring, a little bit more decorative one with a nice like diamond set in like 3 little prongs, which looks way too dainty and feminine for this guy, but hey, everyone's got strange tastes. And the last one is a thick, black, fat onyx ring with a big gemstone that sort of like covers half of the next 2 fingers, the next finger on each side.
Is there one that looks like it just hasn't aged at all, like it was made yesterday?
Well, they're all in really good condition. You know, he's got servants to polish his rings. Yeah. He's not going to wear anything that's... They all look magic, Via.
Okay, I'll leave his hand and then move back to behind the captain.
Well, I'll take out one of the many cases of rod of nullifications we have, and I'll say, I believe this could serve the war effort very well against Ruckus, or against for Arathi.
Solemn. Yeah.
Yeah. What does this contain?
This contains, and I open it, a rod of nullification.
Ooh, excellent.
Are you familiar with this?
By rough name only. I've had some scholars of mine write up some brief documents on things that we might be able to find. Someone mentioned a rod of nullification. It cancels out other magics. It's like a dispel magic in a stick, right?
That's exactly right. And we found a stash of them. And I gesture at the 16 containers we have.
My, oh my. What happens if they touch one another? Do they cancel each other?
I don't know, but we made sure to package it so that they don't.
Good. What else did you find me?
That's about it. We have, well, we also have a few wands and rings. We'd like them identified. They may help in our future expedition should we head back.
Excellent. By gods, you've done well, Vincent. He goes back over to his side of the table, sits down in his chair, motions for you to take one of the nearby chairs, and has words for you as well. In your absence, I have also gained some information from well-paid informants. Let's see. Oh, I assume you've heard the knowledge about the late Empress's demise. Tragic thing, that.
Just gotten a brief one-liner about it. What happened?
She was at a dinner party with the Queen of Matava, one of the Dwarven Thanes, King Imric, General Pentolin, a bunch of other scattered, higher ups, and someone poisoned the dinner. Not all, but most of the people in attendance died. The Dwarven Thanes did not die. King Imric survived.
What cowardice.
Yes. It's quite a shame. The very next day, the surviving heir, the Princess Wick, the new Empress Lysandra Wick. It's been a couple of months and it's still hard to say. Her husband, the cleric Van, returned. He's leveled some accusations against King Imric McGarry about it's all heady politics. One key prince consort blames one king for the murders. Someone else blames the Dwarven Thanes. Someone else blames the Matavan Queen, says it was a suicide pact that she made and had everyone poisoned and ate the food knowingly herself in hopes of killing all of her enemies in one spot, even if it meant her own death. And, well, business is agnostic to the winds of these things. Whatever happens, there will be a Drakissian empire on the other side, and it is to that concept we must maintain our loyalty rather than picking sides in this. Anyway, the things I had learned. There was a landslide recently in the Great Bay of Solemn that revealed an ancient dwarven structure. Now, dwarves are not known for their use of arcane magics. In fact, they're well known for their lack of ability to develop these arcane skills. But this ancient structure is near an abandoned tower that was one of the towers of the Great Faerun Empire. So perhaps it's related, although the Great Bay of Solemn is quite far away. There was also an informant from the city of Justar's Bay on the island of Ferodia that heard that the leader there, some Rossi Empire henchman, has uncovered some ancient structures underneath the city of Justar's Bay, and that he has spent a lot of time down there. Some sort of channeling room or spellcasting chamber that retains its ancient magics. It's far too dangerous to take Rift Dancer into that city, but Ferodia is a large place. You could go to one city, leave your boat there, and bring another to Justar's Bay and poke around. And I was thinking, we need a map of the ancient empire, of the ancient Faerun Empire. If we had a map, we might be able to find the important things. Of course, I do not have one. I know there might be one in the White Prince's employ, or at the library in Palanthas, or perhaps this Censor Krellis in Justar's Bay may have one. But again, he's a subordinate within the Verossi Empire, a dangerous man. I don't know if it's worth getting that close. You might have to bribe someone in the area or hire someone within the area to do that for you. If you could even find a map at all.
A map? Why not just do it the old-fashioned way and draw one?
Well, I mean, if we had a map of the ancient empire, we might know where its capital was or where important structures were.
I see.
Yes. So that's what I've got for you. Ancient structure in the Great Bay of Solemn. Unusual chambers under Justar's Bay and Ferodia. And we could really do with a map, but I don't know where to find one for certain.
That is good information. Thank you. Vincent thinks about it for a moment. The memory stone is serving quite well, being our map for the time being. We've it's led in many places. If you happen to have some way of diving into a volcano, there might be. We found a armory of ancient magic, but we weren't able to go in. It was a little bit too much for us.
An armory of ancient magic within a volcano?
Yes, might be one of the treasure hoards of the old empire.
Fantastic. What do you need? How can I help?
Oh, it's hard to know. We need something that's capable of flying long distances.
Something capable of flying like a griffin.
Like a griffin.
Well, there's one thing I know of, but I think it might be beyond our reach. In the far north of Solemn, the continent to the east, there's a city. Its name is... Eowyn. There are some people up there known as Frost Rangers who have been exploring a frozen island north of Solemn called Glacia. These Frost Rangers have uncovered a great deal of things, ancient treasures that they're always pulling out of that area. And one of my merchants has made a habit of visiting the north of Solemn and the great fjords up there. And he said one of the Frost Rangers had a carpet that would levitate and rise up, and he could fly about on it. This man has no reason to sell this, and has clearly won many a hard-fought battle to get this. So it may be beyond our abilities to visit Eowyn and get into a tussle with Frost Rangers.
Something like that is exactly what we would need, though. With any luck, we might find something like that in our exploration.
Did you need to say something, Vaya?
I just start speaking gibberish and then start making hand signs in the sky, like "Hola, say Toyota Jimmy John's pickle foot salad." And like
pickle.
Doing a hand
yes,
thing.
yes, I know that word. Yes, we have that word too. It's a sweet, vinegary cucumber. Yes, pickle. Pickle.
I nod. I go,
well, could you secure a wizard to identify a few things for us? And could you get some identify spell scrolls prepared for our next journey?
I will immediately seek that out. It may take some time to find a wizard of an appropriate level to make these things. Thinks to himself. Great. Well, there is King Imric McGarry. It would take a trip up to Crownhold to talk to him. But he might... I'd have to let him in on these things.
To cast a meager identify spell? We don't have to bother him, surely.
To put it into a scroll form requires a high-level wizard. I will work on this. Please, take some time off. I'm sure you need a well-deserved rest. He looks at your three companions. In fact, I think we should declare an unpaid holiday for everybody.
Very good. Yes, we could use some days off.
Good, good, good. Well, be careful. The word of war is on the lips of everyone, and there may be a gold dragon attack on our city at any moment.
Hey, what?
So, well, if the civil war between Prince Consort Van and King Imric actually kicks off, I'm sure they'd go to the capital first and not our town out here. I think we're safe enough from everything, but still, do be careful.
Very good. Is there a place of study in Von Theris that I might learn a wizard spell, like Identify?
Yes, this man would be, to learn it would be a simple thing. If you have any spell slots remaining, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 first level spells. That is the maximum number of first level spells you can learn. I think we talked about this during one of Vincent's other campaigns. And you maxed out all your slots.
Was it possible to forget one?
It is not.
Ah.
However, when you reach 45 years of age, you do take a penalty to your strength and con, but you do get a bonus to your int.
Haste?
How many hastes?
The haste spell will hasten the degradation of your strength and con, but not the increase in your intelligence.
Yeah.
You have to try it to find out, though.
Trip for science.
I think we understand that int and whiz come from life experience.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that, he leaves you be. He's gonna go try and get some scrolls of Identify. You need to be 9th level to make a magic scroll, which is why it's hard for him. But it's a non-zero chance. Why don't you, Vincent, roll me a D100 and roll really high?
Okay.
That is not quite high enough.
I mean, there's a failed scroll.
It's within that realm of, like, you don't get the easy answer, but there may be a more complicated answer.
Maybe he has to give him a little something to make it work. Maybe the guy wants a rod.
Nope, don't.
That would be a bit overkill.
I agree, but if he agrees to do this and then other stuff in the future.
But the easy thing to do will probably be to just get a wizard with Identify to get our stuff identified.
Yeah, for sure. No, agreed. Yeah, agreed.
We can always just do. Oh, there are wizards that are on those islands that we could use too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like using your guys more.
I think with a 60 on the roll, there are no scrolls of Identify that are easily accessible, and the people who could make them, it would be an awkward conversation to justify asking them to make these for sale. It might draw too much attention to what's happening. So he encourages you to find someone trustworthy in your journey and pay them for it. He'll also refill your stocks of cash, your cash reserves, and ask you where you want to go next. What are your plans? Where are we going?
Ask the crew if any of the locations mentioned seem interesting, or if it's just right back to the islands.
Know Dwarvish very well. I'd be interested in looking at their writing.
Is there anything left in... I mean, obviously there's lots left in the Dardanelles. It's a huge and barely explored area. But was there anything in the Dardanelles that you found that you thought you wanted to get to?
Yeah, there's still probably a ton of magical items around, and especially that bottom area. There's both an armory there, as well as a capacitor, which could have the same type of
The place that says capacitor, that's not where Just Stars Bay is it?
says
No, just us base in Barodia.
Yeah.
Different, completely different continent.
Oh. Okay, got it. Okay.
Well, why don't we take a short break? Well, when we come back on the other side, we'll get the final results of this return, and we'll see what happens next. So catch you in just a moment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. So we're going to do some experience. We're going to see what Richard has given you, because I actually found something that fits within that 60 range that we had rolled, and then we'll set off. So first things first, a little XP. Experience generator. This.
If the knight was held and then died after the attack and we were no longer in threat, do we still get
So we
XP for
defeated
the
him in
knight?
combat. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It was defeated in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It posed a threat. If it succeeded, then it was just going to go through and like murder everybody. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the knight actually died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or did
Died
they?
off screen, but that's fine.
It was actually a Kuatoa. Polymorphed into a human. Falls into the water. Been chasing the ship this whole time.
There was a water griffin.
Yeah. You never leave home without your water griffin. It's like the plane from The Incredibles, you know, where it like submerges and then comes back out. Yeah.
The
It
knight's
is
actually
really
still
cool,
swimming
though.
behind
Like,
us.
yeah, Vaya gains glaive mastery, and then first episode afterwards is like, I'm gonna kill a griffin with like a single attack.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good story.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Yeah, for
Not
sure.
too shabby.
Night.
I'm sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure Archie had one hit that was even more than that, but you know, it was a good hit.
Did he? I mean, he was rolling like D6s, right?
Was he? I don't remember. I
think
just
he
remember
had,
the
like-
legend. I don't remember the facts.
No, he was fantastic. Like, his rolls were amazing, and I think he was rolling more attacks than you are, but I think that's is that the most damage from a
He just
single
rolls
attack I've seen?
20s. That was the problem with Archie.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know. It was great. That's not a problem. It's great. It's a solution. We need a 20. All right, get Archie to do it.
Well, it's a problem depending on what side of the table you're on.
True. Absolutely. You always want to be on
Hmm.
Archie's side.
And then if you like adapt
Yeah.
your monsters to face Archie, then everybody else is at an even bigger disadvantage. I don't know. Sounds fun though.
Okay. 5,700 divided by 4 is 1,425 experience for each of our lovely players.
1425.
1425. That is Griffin. That is Knight. That is returning the quest and everything involved in it.
Okay, high level.
Excellent.
Do you want to roll first? I'm feeling nervous.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let me
Come on.
just get
Come
up.
on.
Okay, D10.
Do you have any
Some
con
good.
mods?
No,
Of course not.
Of course not.
Some good.
Of course
Some good.
not. I've got 9
Good.
HP, Neal.
Well,
Okay.
that just means you're bound to roll a high number.
That's true.
Yes! Oh, I was
Yes!
really... Ooh, wow.
Yes!
Doubled it.
Oh, fantastic.
Huge.
Okay,
I'm gonna roll one. This one does not count. because
This
I
is
feel
just
like
Oh, don't do
I'm
that. That's bad luck.
I'm,
test
no,
roll.
I'm doing a test roll.
Did you
I'm
hit
doing a
level
test
4,
roll.
Lynn?
Level.
Yeah. No, because I was like
Oh,
100 away last session.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
calculated, but I was like 100 away last session, so.
You got
But
enough
this is
to
gonna be
almost double level is what we were saying, right? You didn't quite...
No. Last session I didn't level. I was very, very close to leveling to
Oh.
level 4.
Okay, you
but
just
I
started as a
started at
level 3
3.
thief, though.
Yes, I started
Okay.
out as level 3 thief, and then
Okay.
after last session, I
You
was
got
like
close. Okay, this is all
92
making
XP or
sense. This is all
something.
making
Yeah,
sense. Okay.
Yeah. This is test roll?
Test roll, not a real roll. Would have been a great roll.
Would have been a great roll.
Should have taken it.
Test roll number 2. We're not taking it until we roll low. Then we're due for a high one. Okay, that's not low enough. I want a 2 or a 1, and then I'll take the roll afterwards. Nope, not taking it.
Man.
No, not taking it.
Wow.
No, not taking it. No, not taking it. Okay, after the 2.
Please,
I'll take a 4.
4.
That's above average. That average is 3.5. I will absolutely take that.
Great. Level
I
4
will
thief.
absolutely take that.
18
yes.
HP. Via, you didn't level again, did you?
No, I'm only at 17,000.
Okay.
I'm going to become the best linguist in the world.
Only at 17,000. All right, I'm updating overlays.
Can I try to read this book?
Well, that is something that will be done for you by Lord Richard Marshall and his flock of minions.
I want
Yes,
to do it.
all
No,
of these
it's on my
things are
character
done.
sheet.
Sorry.
It's on my character sheet. No.
Go ahead and update your character, but this is one of the many services provided for you when you return to base.
Not a service. Actually, one thing I would like their service on. Do they know what this symbol means? That's below the crown.
Let me get you the first steps here. Just updating.
I didn't like how Mr. Marshall said, "Oh, you got all these items for me." Okay, all right, Mr. Marshall.
I think that's actually the deal. I think that is actually the deal between him and Vincent. I think.
Oh, okay. I thought it was with like the Empress or something.
Well, you know, there's always middlemen.
There's always a middleman.
Probably just gonna hand them to the Empress, you know?
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to even show my ring. Maybe I just keep it hidden. I don't know. It's not mine, obviously. So
Well, the ring is a very
take
good
it back anytime.
point here, because one of the other things he does is he can't get you scrolls of identify, but he can identify all the stuff that you've brought back. He can find a wizard around town, a 5th level wizard with identify, who has a 50% chance of identifying each item you've got. So when you hear this, Vincent, when you're told that he can get these things identified, do you ask Via for the ring back? Do you unpropose?
Yes, we're going to get all this stuff identified.
Okay.
Excellent.
As long as it wasn't Marshall taking it, then you know, it's just a random wizard in town. I think that's fine.
In the case that we missed the 50-50, there's probably enough wizards to try again.
Okay, so first roll for one of the wands, the steel wand, is a 37. It is a wand of magic missiles. It will fire 2 magic missiles per round. Well, 1 per charge, up to 2 per round. Nobody knows how many charges this thing has, but it's probably, double digits. So that's a nice little thing. Usable once per round.
You said 1 magic missile? What does that mean, like 1?
Each charge fires 1d4 plus 1 points of damage, 1 missile. The wand can fire 2 missiles in a round, so 2d4 plus 2 points of damage. Cool. But it's reliable. You don't have to memorize it.
Is this something only spellcasters can use, or can any dummy use this?
Only spellcasters. In fact, only wizards and bards can use the wand of magic missiles. Nobody else in the party can benefit from it.
Cool.
Can it be charged? I don't know how that works in this edition.
The rules are complicated. You need enchant object, which is a 6th level spell.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
And I think you need permanency, which is an 8th level spell. Yeah, it's a mess.
At that point, why are you? No, okay.
Yeah. The next item is the second wand, the silver wand with a golden spiral. Unfortunately, that has not been identified. The identification failed on this. It does have divination magic coming off of it. A good guess would be a wand of comprehend languages, or a wand of detect magic, or a wand of ESP. Those are your 3 most likely candidates. Next up is the quarterstaff.
Okay, if it's basically one of those 3, that sounds like I'll just use it. Man, charges are so good though. Does identify cost much?
to cast, 100 GP minimum.
Okay, it sounds like the Wand of Divination is something that I can just try out. So
Yeah.
I'm learning that it's one of those.
Those are
it.
common wands of divination, yeah. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Then
So
I'll
you
write something in a language.
describe to me how you would like to test this. You know, because if it's a wand of comprehend languages and you wave it around and you use it, and no one's speaking a foreign language, how would you know, right?
Yeah. Was it written or just verbal?
Is what written or
For,
verbal?
written or verbal is good.
For comprehend languages, yeah.
Yeah.
Written or verbal.
Okay. Do I think it would work for that book Lynn's carrying around?
Yeah, that's a language.
Oh yeah. I'll take a look at it after swishing the wand around.
You swish the wand around. You channel the magic. It did not need a command word. You cannot read it. You cannot ESP it.
I
But
speak in Eridonian. Just to
but
make
the
sure it's not like-
wand itself detects as magic when you hold it after casting it. So it's clearly a wand of detect magic.
Sweet.
Excellent. The quarterstaff. Failed detection, unfortunately. The report that you get back is that I'm not sure 100% what this is. Staves tend to be exceedingly powerful magical objects. This did not come back with an extremely powerful aura. It's not like a staff of the Archmage or, you know, a staff of 7 snakes or anything like that. It has a low background magic to it. So it's probably just some sort of basic magic staff that has like a plus to hit and damage. Or maybe a bonus to AC. You're not really certain. The dagger is next. The dagger has no functions. It's just a magic attacking dagger of some benefit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But no actual functions on top of it.
Yep.
In the ring, right? That was available. I write the ring. Copper ring of. Oh, what is that word?
Domination, mind control, lifesteal.
It's not a ring of heraldry. It is a ring of protection. Another word after that I can't read. It's embarrassing.
Are they able to tell me how powerful the dagger is?
They cannot.
Okay.
What? A word here, and it's an important word. This is why kids, you should learn how to write well and don't just chicken scratch everything into the ground. And erendry were. Well, it's a ring of protection of some kind. Yeah. It has AC bonuses that it grants its wearer. And yeah. The other thing you'll get is the writings in the book that you were wondering about on the cover. It is written in an old language that is sort of the starting language of all of the ones that you speak these days. And the text translates to Heron, the conjurer of copper, disciple of Zubin, student of Dinesh. If found, return for a 50,000 gold piece reward to the fortress on Zanbar Ferodia. Yep.
Wow.
You will get this with the reply of, I think this return for reward might be expired by now. Judging
Surely
the
not.
age of the book. This also means that originally this was a spell book. There's a cat in a spotty shoe.
Could I decipher this for Vincent?
What do you mean decipher? They just deciphered it for you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Cool.
Usable as a spellbook?
No, everything else is rotten and ruined, and only the front cover that was protected by thick leather survived, and all of the other pages are just like junked. Yeah. It's a shame. Could have been a cool book, but instead you just get who it belonged to, and where you should return it to, and who they were students of. Yeah.
I think
Vincent,
that's about it.
Is there any magic that could restore it, or?
Well, they'll look into it, but that'll
Yeah,
have to be on
sure.
their own.
Sure.
Another campaign, maybe another quest, another story.
Captain, during our quest, do you mind if I wear the ring?
Yeah, that's fine. We should
Okay.
give it to whoever looks like they'll be frontlining the most, and
Okay.
by taking it, you take that responsibility.
Okay, I reach out my
Vincent
finger
looks at you
and you
with
put
his,
it on my.
Harvey Dent face, where he got fireballs, and just the accumulation of scars. He's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll reach out and let you slide it on my finger, and then I'll say, "I do, Captain, I do." And I'll reach up and I'll kiss you on the cheek. Thank you, Captain.
Give me a
Adorable.
front.
This word is warding, a ring of protection and warding.
Protection and warding.
Yep. Which I am looking up. And there's no such
So
thing
far
as a
we-
ring of protection and warding anywhere. So I
So
don't
far
know.
we know it's at least plus.
Maybe
2
it's
AC.
warding against like a specific creature type or something.
Ah,
The dead.
here we go.
I
I
did
found
have to
it.
roll like
Found
when
it.
I
Can
put it on. I did have to roll.
you also pass the second check? So it is a ring of protection that gives you a flat bonus to your AC. And also maybe to your saving throws. Also, the Ring of Warding prevents any one physical attack each round from reaching its wearer, but costs a magical charge. 2 if the attacker is using a magical weapon. The ring has a maximum number of charges, and when an attack takes the final charge, the ring shatters. The ring may simply deflect the attack towards another character, or in the case of very powerful opposing magic. So yeah, a ring of protection and warding. Bonuses to AC, but if any attack actually hits you, it'll deflect it. Maybe bouncing it to another person if it's really powerful. And it only has a set number of charges for that feature before it destroys the entire ring.
Do we think double digits, or we have no idea?
Rings rarely have more than 20 charges on them.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could give it to a frontline fighter, but it might wear through the ring really, really quickly. Or
That's
not.
very unfortunate.
Or not.
Might be more suited for me.
Oh, okay. I try to hand him a different ring. No, I don't have a different ring. Okay, fine. Here you go.
Ah, I'm so glad I read that difficult to read
Okay.
word. Okay.
Well, I'll sport this ring then.
So Vincent picks up the Ring of Protection and Warding.
Nice.
Can I get 100 gold for the ring?
Excuse
Well,
me.
unrelated, but I do pay you all 100 gold for the ship journey.
I believe I was told
excellent.
it was multiple months.
It does take, weeks to get around. Did I give it an exact bonus on this thing?
In return, via a couple days after Lynn has gotten the 100 gold, he will gift you a small, actually let me roll to see how good it is, but it's a small duck/chicken plushie that he's going to try to make.
Thank you.
24.
Yeah, 24, not bad. Like he's good at this. He's like, I heard the stories about Gary, and it seemed like you really cared for him. So
Yeah.
I got you this. It has the little button eyes, and And
I'm gonna name
the needle, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I was actually thinking if the Griffin, perhaps if the goal of them was to attack our sails, that we could just let them pass, and then I could just repair them, and then we could just keep going. And then I would like to give a hat to Theodore, but I don't know what the style of the time is.
Pirate hat, surely.
Tricorn, good old fashioned.
All right. So I don't think I can make the hat with a seamstress proficiency, or can I?
No, because that's not tailoring or seamstressing.
Yeah.
That's hattering. Term for
Is that
hat
a
maker.
proficiency?
Haberdashery.
Featherworking, maybe. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
you need haberdashery. You need to use all sorts of. You need felt and
Sure.
mercury
Sure.
and steam presses. It's a very different skill
Sure.
set.
I'm gonna buy one of those, but I'm gonna stitch on the exterior in multiple languages, because that's how Lynn writes. Is he always writes in a gibberish glob of multiple languages?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to gut you like a fish on the back of it. It was Theodore's line. That's what he said when he was killing a thing.
Oh, okay. This is
I
not a
killed the
vague
Viper.
threat. Okay.
No, this isn't a big threat.
No, you're putting a quote of his
Yeah.
into the hat. You're not threatening to murder him.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone will appreciate the nuance of that.
Yes. I don't think anyone else can read it.
I can't read it, so...
Yeah, I explained it to you. I'm like, oh no, because you see, and then this is an Elvish right here. This this rune. It looks really nice, and then you see this, and then that's really nice, and then you see that,
then-
and then that's really nice.
So the elves gonna think that I'm trying to kill them?
Well, no, the elf's gonna read fish.
Oh, each part is a different language.
Yeah. But but the dwarf is gonna see gut, because they have a really good just see, he starts getting into the artsy part of it, and he's like, this rune right here, it's just really nice. It keeps everything centered. So it's it's just very it's very nice.
I'm adding that to my character sheet.
All
I
right.
named the chicken plushie Half a Shetty.
All right, we spend a couple of weeks resting while this stuff is gathered, identified, traded, informed, researched, and then New Year's passes. We come to the year 1526. It's the middle of winter. You will find that the two gods that have come down to the earth are Martha and Malchus. It has been decreed by the High Cleric in Wicthron Rorenta that these are the gods that have made their way to earth, and that they have been seen, or not seen, but that the location where they have landed is an island known as Ferodia to the east of here, which is that same island where that guy Sensor Krellis is, who might have a map, maybe, or someone there might have a map, maybe, and also has uncovered some ancient chambers from long ago, and it's also the return location for that ancient book, which you probably cannot return for any money anymore. It is, the name Ferodia means of Theris, so it was once upon a time a land named after him. A potential source of great treasures, but also no real solid leads at this point, just vague rumors and maybes and wishes.
Interesting. Can I freely trade my 15,000 silver for, was it 150 gold?
Absolutely. Yes, you can easily trade that into Lord Marshall. Will happily take the silver, stock you back up on 1,000 gold in your vessel for any other purposes you might need.
Okay. Is that restocking up to 1,000 after I pay off my 3 crewmates here?
Yes.
As well as the Edgard, Ewan, and Gary's families.
You do seek out to repay their families?
Yes.
What do you write a letter? What do you say in the letter to their families?
I'll pay them a in-person visit if they're local. But if not, then I'll send them.
At least one of them is local. I can't remember which one of them. Let's say it was Ewan's family.
Yeah. I'll show up at Ewan's house and apologize for. I'll say Ewan died very heroically, saving the team, and hand over the 100 gold.
There's some quiet and a little bit of sadness. Let me see if he's got a backstory in his character sheet. He didn't fit in well with the strict. Well, the family members, it's a brother that you find. Next of kin, parents are long dead. Brother's the closest thing. And he'll tell you that Ewan never quite fit in with anything. The people were always too strict for his free spirit. No, he didn't listen to orders. He always did what he thought was best, and it caused him to have a hard time. And yet, yeah, he always stayed in the protection service, even though he hated following orders. But if he died doing what he was supposed to, then maybe he learned some discipline in his final days. Thank you for coming to see me in person. A lesser man would not have said anything at all.
Of course, it is the least I can do for dear Ewan, who I think he stood up to a troll, if I remember right, or a giant.
It was a giant. Yeah, he got clobbered.
Yeah, he stood up to being 3, 4, 5 times his size.
Well,
what a hero.
That's my brother. Always standing up to someone, even when he shouldn't be. That was always his problem. He didn't know how to pick his battles.
Yes, may this provide some relief for your pain.
Thank you. He'll take the money, and after saying goodbye to you, turn back into the house and call for his little tassel of children. 2 little girls will hurry up to his knees, and he'll tell them that, we're gonna go out, and we're gonna go buy a cemetery plot for your dear Uncle Ewan, and then we're gonna go shopping. These little girls don't even remember dear Uncle Ewan, so they let out a loud cheer because they don't understand. Okay. Well, with that sadness behind us, I think it's time to leave Drekis and head back to the Dardennes.
Yep.
Does the God's Fall change anything, Vincent?
It's interesting that they happen to have landed at the exact place that was mentioned to us, but I don't think it changes anything.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do they identify this rune?
Oh, right. You wanted to know this rune. Now,
Yeah.
this rune you found in the room with the staves, right?
No, this rune was below the crown. It was on Alba Island. There was that bridge, and this was a rune
right.
below that I traced out with some yarn. Not yarn thread, but yeah.
Right. I thank you for the reminder.
Yeah. I can also give you more detail about it. You said that it was perhaps arcane.
No, I
or
got us here. I got us
divine
here.
Okay.
I just need to make a little ancient history check for our unnamed NPC who we're going through over here. Natural 20. Of course.
Nice.
Of course. This sigil. This sigil is of an ancient royal family named Paxana. They existed just before the fall, just before the gods came down to the world and broke apart the land and ripped apart the canals. And they had a small kingdom of a few islands in the Dardanelles. And this was the sigil of their house. See, back then, they didn't do fancy banners with lions and swords and crowns. Everyone, at least in this place and time, everyone had a symbol that would represent their entire house. And this, to you and I, looks like a P that's been slanted on its side and turned round sideways a little bit, or, given a little foot. But that's not what it meant to them. To them, each aspect of this had an importance. Sure, it was this, rounded, bulging thing up top, but the tilt implies that they are a descendant off the main line by, what is this? It depends on the degree that it was tilted when you carved. The degree, the angle of the tilt actually tells you how far away from the main family line that they moved. And the length of the foot below tells you the prestige with which they have gained through the generation. So this, if you copied this right, looks like a great deal of prestige, not very far off the original family line. I would say someone only 2 or 3 generations removed from when the family was founded.
Lynn gets into a very long conversation with this man. Just about this and other things like this. Like, he just finds this really interesting. I'm going to improve his read languages, but yeah, like Lynn's like, oh, tell me more. Are there other families like this in the Dardanelles that had these symbols? Was this everywhere they used these symbols, or was it just
in that time and place? That was the thing. That was primarily where it was in the Dardanelles, but I think there are other places further remote that have tried even stranger methods of heraldry. Now, obviously, the correct form to do this, to make things clearly and understandable and easy, is to use bright, distinguishing colors in alternating rows and hoist it as high up as possible. That makes it as clear as possible.
So it was before the gods split the earth, but it was after Theris, right? It was far after that, I believe. Or no?
I can't say about this specific. There's a list of symbols and sigils that has been passed down that was in a book, but the dates were not included. It just said, here is a list of the families, the great families from the Dardanelles from this era. And this could have been 100 years before the lands were split, or 1,000 years before the lands were split. I'm not certain. It was definitely during the Age of Might.
Was this family known for anything?
He shrugs.
Other than the fact that they were a noble family? Okay.
Not in the records that I have.
Okay.
Where did you find it?
I tell him I found it on Alba Island.
Where did you find it?
I start giving him more. I'm like, well, we started going up into the mountains, and there was this bridge with a crown, and I show him my journal, and I have like a recreation of it. Like, this is what I found on both sides. It was very, very faded.
And what was beyond the bridge?
Cemetery, I'd say, and I don't say anything else about the cemetery.
You may have found the cemetery of the ancient royal family of that island.
Perhaps.
You know what they say is buried in a king's tomb.
Treasure?
A king's treasure.
Yes.
You may wish to dig around if someone hasn't already.
Digging around. That seems... I would never. If you'd like me to give a charisma check, I can. But Lynn's like, no, we would never do such a... We never know.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll just report that there's such a thing on such a place to,
Yeah.
And, someone else will go take a look.
If he says that, then I'm like, they need to be extremely careful.
Of course, you can't just go digging around in tombs willy-nilly. All sorts of curses lie within them.
Tell me about these curses.
He'll tell you about all the curses of the land.
Yeah.
You can talk deep into the night.
Yep. I communicate all this to the party. I'm like, okay, it looks like there were some multi-island ancient family. He thinks maybe like the king or the cousin of the king or the cousin of the queen was there, like not far removed from the like head of the family. So it's possible that there is a great deal of magic to be found there, but it seems very dangerous. I don't know if we could learn more about vampires here, Vincent. I don't really know how vampires work.
You can study up on the local church about vampires.
I believe the king, the husband of the new empress, is named Van Helsing, I believe. I don't know, just funny, just ironic.
It is. All right, well, I think that's that. Vincent, to where would you like to set sail?
Back to the Huns, but a little bit of geography question.
Oh, yeah.
Where is this, remind me where Ferodia is compared to our...
Right. Let me bring us to a fresh map that I can doodle on. This is my... So, let's do... You've got Arcadia, which looks a little bit like... Yeah, I'm drawing it from memory. Arcadia, which looks a little bit like this. And I drew this way too large. Regular size. Then you've got the Dardanelles, which are located sort of down over here-ish. And then you've got Ferodia, which is sort of like up here-ish. And if I can, let's make this whole page bigger. And then you've got the coast of Solemn, which is like way over there.
And that is the continent which we're at war with?
That is the continent, yeah. And their capital is sort of like right over here. There's like a big bay. The city of Palanthas that might have the library is like over here. And the Great Bay of Solemn is way down and over there. So, yeah, this would be Arcadia, Dardanelles with the 3 concentric circles, Rhodia, and then Solemn, which is massive and huge. And your potential locations are all along the outer ring, somewhere in here, over here, or way down over here. Are all so far potential locations. And if you were really interested in exact differences between all of these things, let me link you in chat. Current team. If you take a look at this map and if you zoom out, you can kind of scroll around. And if you scroll to the right far enough, you will hit the Dardanelles. I guess the Dardanelles is actually just about in line with Arcadia. And if you keep scrolling to the right and then up a little bit, you'll hit Ferodia. The distances are a little hard to see. Oh, you could use the navigations at the top. You can click Dardannes to get to the Dardannes, Floating Fortress to click to Ferodia, and I don't know, Tombs of Scoria to get to Arcadia. So they're, these are...
that Floating Fortress map is awesome.
Yeah, that's for a campaign called Floating Fortress.
No, I watched the campaign, but I haven't seen that map before. That's a cool map. What is it? Do we know what those colors mean? Is that just like the countries or something?
Yeah, those are
like
just the
states?
nationalities, or not?
Got it.
Kingdoms, borders.
Got it.
Yep.
All right, great. To the Dardannes.
To the Dardannes. Now, where in the Dardannes would we like to go?
I want to go to the Trekis stronghold.
Ah, the one that you had found on Summerland.
That's right. Starting there makes sense to make sure we don't bump into the Vosi fleet.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, it will have been... You left the Dardannes in the middle of December. You will be arriving back in January. So it's been like a month and a half. I'm sorry, in February. So it's been a month and a half. You're going to be arriving in the middle of winter. Weeks have passed. I need to make some randomization rolls to see how things have progressed in this area at this time. In order to do that, I would like... Let's start with our oldest guest, Vaya. You've been around for multiple sessions. Will you roll me a D20?
We wanted low. Otherwise, I'd have to redo it because I was shooting for low.
Well, we're just gonna keep your roll, and I don't know what your hopes and dreams are. Maybe your hopes and dreams include the wholesale death and destruction of the Drakissians. So that could be good for you.
That's actually what I was dreaming about last night.
Absolutely.
My grandmother was there.
You have a magic pipe in your dreams too?
Oh, multiple.
Wow.
Yeah. And a magic glaive.
Well, that's definitely a dream. That's how you know you're making things up. So it looks like things have not been going well for the Drakissians out here. Can I get Lynn to roll us the next D20?
Is this for the Vosi? Because I feel like I'm gonna roll good.
We'll see.
Okay. No, natural one. Aha! Yes, even worse. Yes.
You're assuming this is for them and not for us.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. But like we made a roll for Drekis, so I'm assuming that the other faction is the Vosi. That's a completely incorrect assumption.
That actually means the Fountain of Youth has run dry. That's how bad that roll was.
That's not the Vosi.
It's a very bad roll. Theodore, I need you to roll us a D20 for the state of the Vosi fleet.
No, wait, who's the one for?
That was for the state of the Drakissian fleet. Oh my god.
Yes!
They're destroying each other.
Naturally, it's mutually assured destruction. This is actually perfect for us. We don't have to care about anybody. Yes!
And, Vincent.
Oh, it's so hilarious. Yes!
Yes.
Oh, man.
I need you to roll for the state of the White Prince in the area. D20.
Oh no.
Oh, that might be the worst one.
Ooh. So,
I prefer him over Ross.
He's gonna smoke us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
all right, it's winter. It's
what was
winter
this
time
for?
as we are arriving back in the Dardannes. We want to go to Summerland. We can navigate roughly into this area as you're coming in. Usually the entry point is somewhere near Flotsam Island, just the way that the currents line up. People tend to sort of approach somewhere in this block. So that is 1, 2, 3. That is 4 potential islands that you could be by. Vaya, give me a D4 for which potential island you're arriving near.
And Wiley stayed with us, right?
Ooh,
That's
I
actually
forgot
a question that I had.
all about Wiley. Ooh, should we have
Yeah.
divided experience by 5 instead of by 4? No, Wiley
No.
didn't do anything. He stayed indoors.
So did
Wiley
I.
did not want to stay in Drekis. It looks like civil war and terrible things are going there, and he's a man with only 1 foot, so probably best not to be caught up in all that. He's returning with you.
I do pay for a prostitute for Wiley. He gets a gift as well.
Excellent. Excellent. He will take your money and he will spend it.
No. I pay for the prostitute, and then I tell her that she needs to go hit on him and seduce him.
Oh, I see.
I don't give him the money.
So
directly
he doesn't
because it's a
know that
gift.
you've done this.
No. I mean, he might suspect, but
Of course
you know,
not. No,
like,
I mean,
we're in a
he's
tavern, and
He's Captain
you know,
Wiley. He is a famous,
he's
well-respected man.
Yeah.
Everyone should be so
Yeah.
lucky as to spend time
Yeah.
in his company and hear his stories.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell the woman, like, hey, I'm paying you like 10 gold. You have to be with him all, like, you listen to his stories, you have a good time, you laugh at his jokes, all
Mhm.
right? You give this
Mhm.
man a good time.
Yeah. That's literally the job.
Also, Lynn was talking about like a bunch of supplies we should have bought. Did we buy those while we were over there?
I didn't hear
Guess
anyone
not.
say any supplies.
Okay.
Oh yes, we buy all the
Remind-
stuff that we had been talking about off
Cool.
screen, but why don't you remind us?
Please
There's a
go
list.
ahead and put on your ship character sheet any supplies within reason that you think you would be carrying. There is a max weight capacity for this ship. So
None of
don't
it's
don't
really
load up on
that
lead.
heavy.
Also, no baby pig apparently.
Yeah, no baby pig.
Excuse
And
me.
then I get 2 glaives. It
So I had
Don't ask,
a
Neal.
bunch of
Don't ask.
stuff that I was
Okay.
pitching, and one of them was just having like a
I think
a
it's all right. It's
small
you know what? Just put your supplies on the boats.
yeah,
Just put your supplies on the boats.
nothing crazy.
Yeah. So the island that we are approaching near, you rolled a 3, is actually going to be Flotsam Island. You'll be coming in right through that same passage that you always make, and arriving. Your first stop could be Port Ferris, or you could just skip Port Ferris and go right on over to Summerland. But you will be entering from this area.
Great. I don't think there's any need to stop anywhere other than
No need to
Summerland.
stop. Okay.
Crew, feel free to let me know if you want to stop somewhere.
Yeah, no, I just need a simple D100 from Vincent. A simple D100. You want a high roll, not a low roll. A middle
Great.
roll. Yes.
Middle's fine.
It was fine.
It is dark and stormy when you first sight Flotsam Island. You've been sort of drifting out in the water for a while. It's hard to navigate in the dark. You need stars or something like that to really set your heading. And you've just been going with the currents and using your best instincts and a little bit of luck. You arrive near Flotsam Island. You've been here before. You can pull up close enough to get sight of the land. The winds are rough. The seas are a little choppy, but it's not so bad that you feel the need to stop your journey. You follow along. You pass White Sands. You pass the Deadlands again. The Deadlands. Now, if I recall correctly, Vincent, you can cast up to 3 fly spells in a day, right?
Yeah.
Do you need a flying carpet to get into the Deadlands? Couldn't you just bring 2 assistants or 1 assistant and go to the Deadlands?
It only lasts about, what is it, an hour? And we might need longer.
Okay. Maybe not.
Also, it would be bad to, what I was thinking is we do the, since Lynn has been talking about invisibility scouting, if we got Lynn a mount or a flying carpet, then he could just sneak right in.
Yeah. Well,
As we pass by the Deadlands, I'll tell you, Lynn, about the treasure that's within the volcano in the center of that island.
do we know?
What kind of treasure, Vincent?
It's an
I mean, what could-
armory full of ancient magic, probably. Ancient magical items.
Oh,
Have you seen any of the magical items?
We haven't, but they should be there. We have it. I have it on good authority that it was stored there. If you can
Lynn
think of
looks
any
greedily.
way to get in there and look at it, let me know. But otherwise, it might be too dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Lynn keeps that in the back of his mind.
We pass White Sands, we pass the Deadlands, we make our way to Summerland. You see the tall mountain well after you see the coastline, because the gray, dismal skies block it from view until the whole island is upon you. You travel around the dangerous rocks that are near the Summerland coasts, eventually making your way to Port Augustus. When you arrive in Port Augustus, the Drakissian fleet is gone. There's not a ship to be found. The port town itself looks to have been besieged or damaged. The wall that separates the city from the forest has been severely battered down. The docks themselves seem to be crushed as if by some massive creature or some great force. Everyone is huddled indoors on this dark and stormy day in Port Augustus. There's a couple of little masts that stick up indicating that ships have sunk in port, making it an especially dangerous approach. Can I get a seamanship check from our good old captain to navigate the dangerous port waters?
Yep.
I
What's
also
your
have
bonus?
seamanship if that helps for anything.
Yeah, I also have it.
We just
That
need the
helps.
one, but we make it in. You can pull up to the docks. It's raining. Nobody is coming out to greet you. There's no guards on duty. There are no people about. There's no harbor master. This town, which was once a thriving center of the expedition, is dismal, quiet.
What sure has happened here? One of you guard the ship.
I can stay on the ship.
Um,
Or should I go?
I almost feel like this is like. Do you think it's worth the invisibility? To just like go around. Is it clear
Maybe.
that
Is
people are
there-
alive?
Are there lights on in the tavern?
Yeah,
anywhere?
yeah.
Yes, you can see lights on in houses and buildings.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too long. We'll go in, ask what happened,
Okay.
and then come back.
Wiley can stay and watch the ship with his one good foot and his two stabbing hands, unless you would like to leave a younger person in charge of the boat.
I'm okay with Wiley guarding the ship here.
All right,
Are you?
he stays aboard with the 1,000 gold recently stashed away in the chest.
He doesn't know that.
No, for
Probably
sure. I
not.
just wanna,
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't look around while you guys are busy.
I'm worried.
Is this a boat that one person can sail? Oh, right, I did tell Wiley about all the
It is.
Yeah, let's
I'll
have
stay.
one other people.
I can.
Other
I have
people?
seamanship.
One other person.
Okay. Did I hear Via volunteer?
D3.
No.
That's fine. I don't care.
It doesn't matter to me either.
The party enters into the town on this dark and stormy day.
Yep, I take Lynn and Theodore with me. Go to the tavern.
We enter the tavern in Port Augustus. There's some folks here keeping low voices, chatting amongst themselves. The light and warmth of the hearth wash over you. The roof gives a little pitter-patter of rain splattering on it, but otherwise keeps you dry. The voices from the tavern fill your ears. Life is here. Some heads look up at you as you come in, sopping wet, and hang up your woolen cloaks on the knobs near the front. one of the bartenders or wait staff comes on over towards you. A young kid, maybe, 14-year-old, 13-year-old girl comes on over, looks at you guys, gives you a deep curtsy. Hello, my lords. A seat for 3.
Yes, please. I look around for any Army, Navy personnel.
Yeah. There's a couple of Drakissian soldiers hunched over a table together. I'm talking in low voices. The little girl leads you to a little booth.
After getting seated and ordering some basic food, I'll go up and to the soldiers and say, hello, we just arrived from Drakis. What happened here?
The dragon. It came with the storm. I think it brought the storm. Our 2 fleets. We had them. We had the Vosi fleet right there between our 2 fleets. We were about to crush them when the storm blew in as if out of nowhere, as if summoned by some dark, malevolent force. It tossed our ships to side, and that's when the great serpent, the great wingless dragon, rose from the sea. It must have been 1,000 feet long, he says. Impossible length for a dragon. Its tail lashed about. Every single ship went down that night. I watched it from Port Augustus. It happened just out there. Everything down together into the watery depths. Every damn last vessel worth its salt gone. Only the ruined ones that were in harbor stayed back. And as the ships tossed and turned and little fireballs exploded in the sky, the dragon turned its wrath this way, crushed ships in the harbor, and then sunk beneath the waves. And then, days later, White Prince and his great galleons with griffin riders arrived. They landed on Mount Solstice. They killed everyone there. They took Port Julia. We thought they were coming for us here, but they left Port Julia as soon as they came. And they moved on. We haven't seen another Drakissian in a month.
Wow. Does this mean the White Prince has declared war on Drakis?
I ain't got any idea what it means, but he sure as hell ain't a friend.
I see. Thank you for that tale.
What of the homeland? They don't know about it yet. I presume.
No, they don't.
How will anyone get word to them?
I don't know.
Well,
you don't have any single ship that can sail back to Drakis?
A couple of boats were being repaired, but I don't. He shakes his head. It's a long and dangerous journey. It's possible. I don't know. It's above my. I'm not a sailor. I'm a warrior. I don't like the sea to begin with. Maybe someone smarter than me's got it figured out, but
I'm sure news of this magnitude would have already left.
Any word from the homeland?
Knowing that I don't really want to burden him with more information, I'll just say, all goes well in Drakis.
At least that's good. And he raises a glass. Long live the Empress. And the other soldiers nearby. Long live the Empress.
Long live Wick.
They go back to their stuff and you go back to yours.
All right. Well. I look around at Lynn and Theodore. That
fight must have been awesome, Vincent. The way he described it, a giant dragon coming through the skies, bringing along the wrath of storms, and then an armada from the Vosi Empire and the Drakissian fleet fighting one another. That sounds incredible.
It's incredible indeed. This land is far more dangerous now, it seems.
We're lucky we avoided it. That could have been us.
Yeah, that is true. I look at the soldier. Have you only stayed in this town? Has there been any word from any other towns?
I haven't left Port Augusta since it happened.
Got it.
And, some folks have come from Port Julia. They said all the... Well, White Prince took his revenge on anyone wearing colors or sigils of the, of our side. Ripped him to bits. Killed everyone in Mount Solstice. Took a couple prisoners.
Did
Gone.
it to both, though, the Vosi and the Drakissian?
Well, there were no Vosi soldiers left in Port Julia. I mean, it was our territory.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. Okay, I was imagining. Okay, got it. Okay.
But in the grand battle, both Vosi and Drakissian fleets were sunk.
Aye, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe someone escaped. It's possible. But if they did, they sure as hell didn't come back to Summerland. And,
How did you survive?
Well, I was here. I was...
Oh, okay, you were on land. Got it. Okay, yeah, you were on land. Okay.
I had an injured leg from an accident earlier in the week. I was in the forest, and some goblins had come by, and I was fighting them, and I was injured, and when the word came, I was still laid up in the infirmary. Thank the gods I was wounded. Otherwise, I'd be dead. The other soldiers nod and shake their heads.
What happened to the wall?
Same storm. Lightning struck it. Split it asunder. A couple of the buildings, too. Then, a couple days later, giants from within stormed right up to the wall. There weren't very many people left to man ballistas, but we fired. We took a couple of shots. One of the giants went down, peppered with arrows and a couple of ballista bolts. But not before the ballistas... Well, after that, the ballistas were ripped off the walls and smashed by their giant kin. The wall torn down somewhat. Some of the locals in Port Augustus and some of our brave soldiers led a counter and managed to drive them off and back. It's been a bad time.
Got it.
What does this mean for your friends, Vincent? Weren't they staying on this island?
Do you have the ability to send a message back to Drekis, Vincent?
No, I can't send the message that far.
We should maybe send a message to the first free ship that we find, free merchant ship. Maybe employ them to send a message back.
They're rebuilding their ships. I'm sure one of them will get sailing back to Drekis, if not already.
Man, wouldn't it be great if the Drakissian Empire had some like really, really good ships that were...
I was thinking about this, yeah.
You know, able to resist these storms and float better. If only they had that elven hardwood.
I want that elven hardwood.
What? Elven hardwood? What?
Hardwood's a type of wood that you would build a boat out of. Like oak.
Never mind. I thought you were making a reference to Rift Dancer, like they should have had a fleet of Rift Dancers. I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome.
No, it's just Vincent's, Jeff's previous campaign was to go secure a lumber supply, and it didn't go so well. The lumber supply was not secured.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I think with that sad note, we're back here. It's been about 3.5 hours. I think that's going to be a session for today, but I would like to know what to prep for next time. It sounds like we're going to go and just visit some of these other islands that might hold treasure, but probably not back to the Deadlands.
Yeah, I think we will continue clockwise.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for playing, players. A little bit low on the action today, but I hope the story worked out well enough. Oh my god, the dog. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Cool.
Sweet.